tired of just making ends meet. See, I want to be blessed. I don't want to be blessed. I want to be blessed to be a blessing. You see, I want to live my life in the overflow. I want to have more than enough. Check this out. Well, it's time for me to start to elevate. Been down too long, time to graduate. Mount up my wings like an eagle, you see. Turn all my dreams to reality. Ain't nothing on this earth gonna hold me back from my heart desires. He promised that if I have faith, if I believe, faith the size of a mustard seed. I want to be blessed, to be a blessing. Prosperous life, no more stressing. That won't know me from the moon to the sun. He'll keep blessing me in that recession. I got to do something with this life he give. His plan for me, that's what I wanna live. As long as I got God on my side, the hater just gonna have to let me fly. Yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. Yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. Oh, yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. Yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? See, we have to speak that thing into existence. Because it's gonna happen. You gotta believe it. In your heart, and in your mind, and in your soul. So you gotta repeat this after me. See what you say, so you can say what you heard. I wanna be living. I gotta be living. And I'm gonna live. Come on, you repeat after me. Come on, say. I wanna be living. I gotta be living. And I'm gonna live. I wanna be living. I got to be living. And I'm gonna live. Come on, speak this thing into existence. Let's go. I wanna be living. I gotta be living. And I'm gonna live. Wanna be living. Oh, there y'all got it. Your blessings is on the way. That's when I come, that's when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. I won't
Hey, 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 hey,
Don't you wanna live in the overflow?
overflow, in the overflow. Bless when I go, bless when I go. Hey, 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 hey. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? And welcome to Overflow, the Everyday People Show. You know what, y'all? This is the only show where me, you, your mama, and your cousin too get to just come on and do what? Chop it up. What's up, y'all? What's going on? What's going on out there in Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch land? I ask y'all one favor. Y'all do me one favor. Tell somebody about the show right now. Share this live on something y'all do. Share this live somewhere, man. Go text somebody. Text your mama, your cousin, your uncle, them. Text your sister. Text your cousin who talk too much. She got something. Come on. Text your cousin who talk too much, man. Tell her, you want to talk, girl? Go get on the Overflow show and chop it up with your boy, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot to chop up today, y'all. What we gonna chop up today, y'all? We gonna talk about those debates. Did y'all see those debates this week, man? Warnock and Herschel Walker, Stacey Abrams and Governor Kemp. They went head to head this week. What y'all think about the debates? Who y'all think won? I know most of the people who watch me probably gonna think Warnock won and Stacey Abrams won. So who y'all think won the debates, man? What was the defining points in the debate? What was that moment that y'all say, oh Lord? I know the moment for me, man. Well, Herschel took that police badge out. Warnock had just talked about the badge. He told Herschel, I'm not out here acting like I'm a police. And Herschel goes into his jacket and pull out a fake badge. I'm like, this man here is crazy, man. So, but anyway, man, Herschel Walker bar was so low. All he had to do is string together a few sentences, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all he had to do is just say like 4 words consecutively. You know what I'm saying? And he probably did pretty good. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much all Herschel Walker had to do. But what y'all think about the debate? Warnock, Herschel Walker. Herschel, I am smarter than a 5th grader Walker. So all eyes are on Georgia, man. Some kind of way Georgia has turned into a what they call a battleground state. Georgia is now a battleground state, and people are flocking to Georgia, trying to get people to vote for their candidate, man. Yeah, I'm gonna be on that juice today. And none of my hosts showed up yet, so I'm gonna be on that juice. So I gotta be on that juice so I have a whole crowd. But anyway, if y'all look into the comment section, y'all want to come on live and chop it up with your boy, man, y'all are free to do so. This is the Everyday People Show. He said, Tony said, I'm not voting for either of them. So you're not voting at all, bro? You gotta exercise your right, man. You gotta research these people, man, and find somebody to vote for. I just don't see in this day and time how people and people did a lot of fighting for us to vote, man. If you just think about Bloody Sunday when they marched across the Edmund Pettus Bridge, man, and a lot of people got those billy clubs and dogs set on them. That ought to be enough for you to research and go vote for somebody. You know what I'm saying? Write your own name in. But for God's sake, go vote for somebody. You say there is another candidate, and I voted today. What other candidate was in the race? What race you talking about? You know what I'm saying? What race are you talking about? And you have to be honest with yourself, man. Even though there's 3 candidates, one of them don't matter. The Libertarian ain't gonna win, so you really wasting your vote. You know what I'm saying? You might as well stay at home. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna vote for Libertarian. But Stacey, you got Stacey and Kemp, and you got your boy Herschel. I'm smarter than a 5th grader Walker, and Raphael Warnock, man, going head to head. So I ain't gonna knock you who you voted for, bro. You know what I'm saying? As long as you get out and vote, you know what I'm saying? Come on the show and talk about who you voted for, bro. You know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Georgia has become a battleground state, and one of these guys is gonna win, man. One of these guys is gonna win. And let me say this about Stacey Abrams. I think the reason why Georgia is now a battleground state is largely she is a huge reason why Georgia is a battleground state. And I see a lot of guys, going against her, but she has made this state competitive, man. And I don't know what's wrong with black men out here today, man. You know what I'm saying? That all of a sudden they want to be smart guys and vote for Kemp and all of that. I just contradicted what? What I contradicted? What did I contradict? But you, what is your reason for not trusting Stacey? It has you have to have a reason to not trust Stacey, and this is what I'm talking about. See what Antonio Holloman said. I don't trust Stacey. He didn't point to her policies. He just said he don't trust Stacey. You know what I'm saying? And I don't get this about black men. So you'd rather let Kemp win, the guy who you know won't do nothing for the black community. See, that's the thing about it. You know he won't do nothing for the black community. You know he won't do nothing. Anyway, let me get into a video, y'all. Let me get into a little video about this, man. And I don't get you guys, man. And I think you guys are, outsmarting yourself. And that's what they want y'all to do, outsmart yourself. Let me play this video on Kemp and...
Just 21 days before the midterm elections. In Georgia, it's not only about the House and the Senate.
This is the general election debate among candidates for governor.
Facing off Monday night in their first of two scheduled debates, Stacey Abrams, a Democrat, Shane Hazel, a Libertarian, and the incumbent Governor Brian Kemp, a Republican, each making the case for deserving their vote.
The current failures we have seen in the state are not only damning, they are disqualifying. And over the next few years, we have an opportunity to change the trajectory of the state.
My desire is to continue to help them fight through 40-year high inflation and high gas prices and other things that our Georgia families are facing right now, quite honestly, because of bad policies in Washington, D.C.
Governor Kemp campaigning for a second term and has led polling in the race. But for many Georgians, this election is a rematch of the 2018 contest between Kemp and Abrams. While a federal judge ruled last month Georgia's election law did not violate voters' constitutional rights, in response to a lawsuit brought by Abrams-founded group Fair Fight Action starting in 2018, the Democratic candidate repeated some of these accusations to Georgia voters.
We need a governor who believes in access to the right to vote and not in voter suppression, which is the hallmark of Brian Kemp's leadership.
Governor Kemp pushed back against Abrams' claims.
For someone to say that we have been suppressive in our state when we've seen turnout increase over the years, including with minorities like African Americans, Latinos, and others, is simply not true.
The two also faced off on the issues of business ownership for minorities and social equity.
We are the ones that have been fighting for you when Miss Abrams was not. We were giving tax refunds. We were doing tax cuts. We were suspending the gas tax to help you deal with 40-year high inflation when she was criticizing us.
Stacey Abrams, 30-second rebuttal.
I would point out that Mr. Kemp did not address the needs of purchasing and contracts for Black and Brown-owned businesses. He has said that we need to study it. I would tell him just cheat off of my paper. I know the answer.
The heated debate comes as early voting begins in Georgia, the Peach State, home to another critical midterm race. And it is here where control of the Senate, which is split 50-50, could be decided. Incumbent Democrat Rob.
Okay, we're gonna talk about them a little bit later. But Antonio, you say what has Stacey done? See, here's the difference. Stacey has a record. Stacey used to be a state senator. You can go check her record. Do your research, man. Don't just go by what you hear a lot of other black men saying that they don't trust her. I mean, it has to be more than you just don't trust her, because it's going to be one of the two are going to win. Either she going to win or Kemp win. So if you saying you don't trust Stacey, that means you trust Kemp. And how the hell you trust Kemp? Let me know. Let me know how you trust Kemp over Stacey. And let's be fair about this. The only reason Georgia is a battleground state is because of Stacey Abrams. Let's be fair about it now. Let's be honest about it. If it weren't for Stacey Abrams, wouldn't nobody care about Georgia, man. So man, look, stop acting silly, man. That's all I got to say. Stop acting silly about this. We right here. History is about to be made. We about to have our first black, first woman. You know what I'm saying? But look who bowing down again. The black man letting it down, letting everybody down again.
Robert, stop it, yo. Please stop it, because it's sad that you automatically single out black men in this particular situation. It's bad that you automatically.
What's up? What's up?
What's up, fam? And also, what needs to be stopped, especially by our people, is just because you go against a particular candidate, now you're automatically classified as the other side. That's bullshit. Because bottom line is like this: a person, no matter what color, can be a piece of shit. A person, no matter what color, you may not trust. We are all of the same melanated race. It's been plenty of times where I walk down the street and the cats I saw down the street, I'm like, I hope I make it home because they might fuck me up and they look like me. So just because a candidate looks like you does not mean they're the best person for you and or the people and the culture. It has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with gender. It has everything to do with the person. Now, I'm going to repeat what I said last week and the conversation that I had earlier today. Me, myself, and I deal in morals, ethics, and values. I move based on what people can do for myself and my culture. I know for a fact, based on what they said out of their mouths. Stacey Abrams said she is against reparations. Warnock said he's against reparations. And for me personally.
But you know what though? I haven't seen a video about that yet.
Can I finish my point? My point with me making that statement is, do I believe that Stacey Abrams can enact reparations? Do I believe that Warnock can enact reparations? Yes, he can actually do something because he can write a bill. But do I believe that they can do something to make it happen? No. But if I know for a fact that they are against it, I can't be for them because I'm going to vote for people that's for my culture. These two particular candidates are in my state. If I know they aren't for something for us, fuck them. Bottom line, point blank, period. And I'm saying this based on what they said. They're not for us. They can talk about everybody else and do something for everybody else and want to stand up for everybody else. But you can't do one thing. For me personally, the one thing I know about the Republicans is they stay for reparations. They stay on code.
I thought you were gonna say they for reparations. I thought you were about to say they are for reparations.
Once again, stop assuming. Republicans stay on code. When it comes to us as a people, we are never on code. One of the things that we need to be on code is if candidates are against something that's for our culture, we don't vote for them. That's how we hold motherfuckers accountable. Showing the next person who wants to run, I need to be on code so I can get those votes. Because what's going to happen is, and this is how this shit's going to play the fuck out. In Georgia, our people are split. They split kind of heavy. Republicans are going to come out more. Why would they not vote against a black woman lesbian in Georgia? It makes sense. It's going to send more people out to the polls who are against her. When it comes to us, we're going to vote based on whatever. But what we have to stop doing is voting just based on skin color. That is an issue, and that is a fucking problem. And as long as we keep doing that shit, we're going to stay in the same fucking boat. What we need to do is start having our own candidates run where we know where they stand and they're not going to waver. We got to stop conforming to the bullshit. Once again, this has nothing to do with man against woman. It has everything to do with candidate and saying they are a bad candidate.
Let me say,
can I jump in? Can I jump in?
Whenever you get the video of her saying she's not for reparation, let me know. Send it to me. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you would have sent it to me. And I'm pretty sure you're voting for the guy who is for reparation. Kemp, right?
Once again.
So what you saying, it don't make sense, bro.
Once again.
What you saying, like Antonio said, I don't trust her. Dude, that's all.
Again.
That's it.
Here we go again. Did I ever say?
She's the only reason why your vote matter in Georgia now.
No, it's not. If my vote mattered, then how can you say in a previous comment, then Rob, that
because she
didn't vote for one of them?
She has turned. Listen, Stacey has
You know I said
single-handedly
my
turned
vote
this
stand
state
down,
into
though.
she has turned this state into a battleground state.
She has
single-handedly.
annoyed the fuck out of me with all these ads and all these damn phone calls and texts. That's what she's done.
Yeah, man, it's something they're not being intellectually honest. All right, because there's nowhere on record Warnock or Stacey Abrams saying they're against reparations. You know, and the real truth of it about it is, I think if you ask them behind closed doors, they'll be for reparations, but they know it's not realistic. Now, I'm gonna give you an example. Kid Gravity, dude that I like that was on here last week. I like the brother. I don't agree with everything, but I really like him. All right. Let's say if Kid Gravity was an independent in Georgia and he grassrooted, he don't get no Republican money, no Democrat money. He's exactly what you want as a candidate. He gets elected in November. You ain't no closer to reparations than you are right now. He can't make reparations happen as a governor or as a senator, okay? Because in the Senate, Bernie Sanders been banging the drum for reparations. Elizabeth Warren too.
Not true. But keep going.
So they banged they say that black folks that they are for reparations and black folks deserve reparations.
That's not true, BT. They both are against it. But keep going. They said
there's no so there's no Republican that is for reparations, and there's probably at least 3/4 of Democrats are against reparations. So there is. It's not like, and I'm gonna quote one of your favorite politicians, Barack Obama. It's not congressionally possible to get reparations.
What did I say?
Trust me, I believe in reparations. I think we're owed it. I know a way we can get it, but I am certain it won't happen in my lifetime. I'm realistic.
Y'all missed whose whole point. Y'all missed his whole point.
I clearly stated. Do I expect them to get us reparations? No. My point is, if these two candidates speak out against it, I've never said they can actually make it happen. My point, and I keep stressing this.
Who sent me the video, man?
I'm gonna say this again.
Send me the video.
Everybody watching this show, because
send me something, man. You repeat what you repeat what you heard somebody say, bro. Because you hate Stacey. I don't like Stacey Abrams.
I never said I hated anybody.
Yes, you do.
No, I once again, I have never said that.
I think you have. Yes, you have.
I have never said I hated anybody.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
Pull the video then where you done said it, Rob.
That's my point. That's my point, Tonyo. I don't have the video. Just like he don't have the video.
Why you keep saying that?
Bottom line is this. This is the point that I keep making. Melanated people need to be on code. Once again, if we have candidates who are directly against something that directly affects us, they do not deserve our vote.
Okay, all right. I got one question.
Let me finish my point. The reason why I'm making this statement is we have to start holding our elected officials or possible elected officials accountable. If we stay on code and say, we're not fucking with you, the next candidate's going to say, I have to be on code. That's how you can consistently get our vote.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with them actually making it happen.
Okay, all right. I got one question for you.
I don't see a video or article saying she was getting reparations.
One of y'all. What I keep saying.
But again, Rob, I ain't seen a video or a news article saying that she's for black people either.
What? He just played one.
No.
He just played it.
No, that's all inclusive to every race but us.
Thank you. She said black and brown people. We have to stop doing that shit. Stop lumping us up. Stop lumping us in with other people.
You keep nitpicking. You keep nitpicking. All right.
Now you nitpicking. Wow.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you this. If Stacey Abrams her and Warnock came out together on a national platform that everybody can see, held hands, and said, we are for reparations, and we're going to do everything we can do for black, and we're going to do everything we can to help black folks get reparations, would that get your vote?
I would consider it. Here's the reason why I'm making that statement. The fact that they said it is good because they're on code. But then it also turns into, okay, what about the rest of their record? What I'm saying to you is,
she has a record. For
the simple fact that they are totally against that, they can't get my vote. That's my biggest thing. I'm always not.
Oh my God!
Look, that's the deal breaker for him.
The more you repeat it, doesn't make it any more true.
That's the deal breaker for him, though. Just like for some people, it's gay.
It's not real, though. It's based off of
his vote. But he has no evidence that she even said that.
Yeah, he doesn't have to. It's his vote.
Oh,
but he's hinging this on she is against reparation, and he has no evidence that she is against reparation. What sense does that make?
None.
Well, he knows that Kemp is not for reparations.
So Rob, he's supposed
y'all ain't making sense, man.
Okay,
make it make sense, bro. Make it make sense.
Hold up. Now, Rob, here's my thing. Here's my problem with you keep bringing up Kemp. I never said Kemp is for reparations. I'm talking about the party and the people who are supposed to be for us. When it comes to the Republican Party per se, I expect them to do what the fuck they're going to do, no matter what it's going to be. What I should expect and what we should expect as a people, for people that look like us, is to do shit specifically for us. They never do. The only thing that those candidates want specifically from us is our fucking vote, so that they can push whatever agenda they want. That's what we have to stop. That's the big fucking issue. The big fucking issue is that our people are never on code. Period.
So how you fix that is to let the guy win who you know ain't gonna give you shit.
Right.
Okay. Now once again,
do y'all make sense, man?
You have a mystery
sense, man.
Hold up, Antonio, you live in Georgia, right?
Right.
For the last however many years Kemp has been in office, has anything happened based on the governor's office or their particular laws or whatever the fuck they did? Has it affected your life personally?
No.
Financially?
A little bit.
What you mean financially?
A little bit.
Financially.
Okay, so what? So
hell, gas going through the damn roof.
And who's
are you a business owner?
I ain't gonna touch that.
Are you the governor?
I ain't gonna touch that one. I ain't gonna touch that.
You know what I'm saying?
Are you a business owner, Antonio?
No.
Okay, all right.
The reason why I brought that up is because, once again, because I feel the way I feel about Stacey Abrams and Warnock, I don't mind having the same motherfuckers in office because it didn't affect my life in a negative way.
You still haven't said how you feel. What makes you feel that way? You talking about reparations? Only thing you talk about only thing you brought up is something that you have never heard her say.
Right. So based off of falsehood.
Well, just for you two, and for anybody else watching who actually wants this particular information, Kid Gravity will be on in about 10 minutes, and he has everything. He will be showing everything.
He better have it coming out her mouth.
Fam,
he might not have no what somebody says she said.
Yeah.
Once again, the issue that we keep circling around, because you want to particularly bring up reparations.
You the one brought up reparations.
The bigger issue is about candidates being on code for us. That's the thing. They can do everything for everybody else, but when it comes to us, they got to tiptoe shit. The one thing about politics is this: whether you can write the bill or not, whether you can make the shit happen or not, you have a bully fucking pulpit. And you know what they do? They don't use it for us. They talk about everything else and anything under the sun. They don't do this shit for us. Prime example is Barack Obama's funky ass. He ain't do shit specifically for us.
Let me say this to you, Antonio. Stacey Abrams used to be a state senator. You guys can go on her website and see what she was for as a state senator, to see what she was about.
I guarantee you none of them look. I guarantee you not one of them look.
You're not smart enough to do that. You're not smart enough to do that because you're ready to believe the rhetoric because you don't want to see a woman leader. You don't want to see a black woman in leadership. That's what it's all about, black men. That's what black men are all about. They don't want to see a black woman in leadership. So they come up with all kind of BS. She's not for reparation. You have never heard her say she's not for reparation. But y'all can't name one thing that she would do that would harm you.
Sir, have you heard?
Let me say this real quick.
But then again, but you're gonna support the guy who you know not for reparations.
Tony, let me say this real
quick. Make it make sense.
Tony, let me say this real quick. You just came out your face to a brother born and raised in Newark, New Jersey, raised by his grandmother in a house full of women. And I've always been there for women, and you're gonna say I'm a black man that won't support.
Herschel Walker was raised by women, but he beat the hell out of them.
That is the dumbest thing you can
Herschel Walker was raised by women, but
once again,
until you come up with a legitimate excuse, I'm gonna think that's a reason. I got my own reason why I can believe what I want to believe.
I gave my reason, and my reason has nothing to do with male or female. It's gonna vote for the best fucking candidate. That's the fucking problem.
But you haven't proved who's the best candidate. Who's the best candidate?
What? Once again,
neither.
Thank you.
Neither.
Thank you.
But who you vote for? You vote for Kemp, though, right?
In this particular situation,
no. You vote for Kemp?
No.
All right, who are you campaigning against? That's what I want you to answer that.
I've been campaigning against Stacey Abrams for 2 motherfucking years.
That's exactly bingo.
Now, mind you, I want to preface all of this by making this statement. I have been campaigning against Stacey Abrams when I knew she was running again in this race, and it had nothing to do with reparations. It had everything to do with I knew for a fucking fact that if she was to win, she would turn Georgia into New York and motherfucking California.
Only because she's for the vaccine. That's the only reason.
The one thing about me is one of the reasons why I love living where I live is the government is not telling me what to do with my motherfucking body and how I move.
Because you don't have a vagina. That's why.
We have freedoms here, and we can move how we want to move.
Because you're not a woman.
And basically, because I love that shit, I wouldn't vote for it because I know exactly how this shit happened. Once again, I'm from Newark. Me having to go up to Jersey, me seeing how this shit is in New York, hell no. And the shit they're doing in California is ridiculous. They set the standard how the country goes. They waiting for the next state where they can do that, whether it will be Texas or Georgia. And Texas and Georgia are both fighting that shit like a motherfucker. And
don't talk to me about my state.
For everybody tuning in, y'all please share this live, please.
Here's the biggest thing about all of this. We talking about 2 particular states that are not going to let certain things happen. I think people tend to forget that at the time, I'm never going to go into what I know about her now, but at the time when Hillary Clinton was running against 45, on paper, she was the most qualified candidate to run for president ever. And guess what happened? This country did not vote for a woman.
Right.
That's a lie. That's a lie. She overwhelmingly had more votes than he
Once
did.
Again,
that's a lie.
You have to vote. Okay, if that's the case.
The problem with Hillary, she wasn't strategic enough. She wasn't smart enough to be strategic about what she was doing.
Once again,
that's why she lost. She won the popular vote overwhelmingly.
She overwhelmingly
won the popular vote. No, you say this country wasn't going to vote for her.
Okay, I'm going to say this again. Being that she didn't win because of the way the rules are, the way to become president, she did not win. Part of the reason why she didn't win.
We'll say that. Don't say America didn't vote for her.
That she did not win because for whatever reason, and it ain't got shit to do with no goddamn black man, men do not want to see a woman lead. So
thank you. I'm glad you said this. That's my whole point. That's why y'all ain't vote for Stacey Abrams. You're a damn man. You're a man. A man is a man is a man.
Once again, Rob, I don't know if you noticed this in the post that you make. You keep saying black men, Stacey Abrams. So go back and listen to the fuck you wrote.
I know you damn right I said black men, cause y'all gonna be the weight to break the goddamn wagon down.
I wanna finish my statement.
Because y'all outsmarting yourself.
In Georgia, do people honestly believe if for the country, men, which were mostly white men, would not vote for a white woman to be president? What makes people really think that white men in Georgia are going to vote for a black woman lesbian? That shit ain't fucking logical. It ain't enough votes. It ain't enough votes in Georgia for black people to get to be able to vote her in. Because when you start talking about rural areas, they're going to vote based on the Republican standards per se, and they're going to say, I'm not voting for that bitch. That's a fact. This ain't got nothing to do with black men.
Let me let it roll right quick.
Well, suburban women get a lot of attention when it comes to voting, but in Georgia, there's another segment of the population that could play a major role in this year's midterms. Correspondent Kelly Meyer is also live in Atlanta. Kelly, we're talking about black men, and we cannot make assumptions about whether they'll lean liberal or conservative.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Nicole. Listen, we've been out in Atlanta all day today, and when you think Atlanta, you think a strong blue area, but that's just not the case. It's more purple. When we were talking with voters out there, they were saying they weren't really leaning Democrat or Republican. It was more about the candidate themselves, something you and I have talked about, candidate quality, and they want to make sure that they're focusing on the issues they care about, and if they do, it doesn't matter which party they are, they'll vote for them. And this could hurt Democrat governor candidate Stacey Abrams with what we're seeing, a major shift in black conservative movements going towards Kemp here. She's working in these final weeks of the race to gain support among black voters, specifically black male voters, to win their support ahead of the midterms.
The descendants of those who used to pick cotton are going to pick the next leaders of Georgia.
In Atlanta today, supporters of Democratic candidate Stacey Abrams working to get out the vote with black voters ahead of Election Day.
This is critically important. Blacks make up about 30% of the voters in Georgia, and if blacks turn out, they will really determine the outcome of this election.
But polling showing black men could be breaking away from Abrams and moving towards Republican incumbent Governor Brian Kemp, with 74% of black men saying they plan to vote for Abrams, compared with 82% of black women. There's been a shift among black voters in recent years moving towards the Republican Party. About 1 in 5 black men voted for Donald Trump in 2020. That's up from 2016. Republicans in Georgia seizing on the opportunity, opening a new black community center in College Park, an Atlanta suburb they say is trending Republican among members of the black community. They say that has a lot to do with the economy.
A lot of the people that come to our center, interestingly enough, are business owners. So I think we definitely have inroads to make with black business owners in particular, because they can see it firsthand, from the COVID shutdowns all the way to how it's impacting their businesses.
The shift giving Kemp an edge, the incumbent governor moving to a 5-point lead in a recent Emerson College poll and Hill survey taken just last week, with just 4 weeks until Election Day.
Yep, it said it.
There it is right there.
There it is right there.
Black men would rather vote Kemp. That's an embarrassing ass shit.
Why they not vote for Stacey though? She black.
They're not voting for Kemp.
Because they've been bamboozled. They've been bamboozled. They've been hooked.
Oh, they dumb like they dumb like me and food, right?
Yep. They some old Steven from Django type shit.
Y'all funny.
Vote for Kemp. You know what, man? If you want to say you're not good with either candidate, I'm okay with that. Even though I probably know which way that you're swaying. But if you flat out support Kemp,
my vote don't count though.
If you flat out support Kemp, that's like supporting Trump, dude. I mean, that's basically what that is. And I just don't. I can't respect that. I really don't.
Let me tell you how people vote. When white men vote, they vote for power. When black men get out there voting, we for the issues. What?
Right.
We for the issue. A black man will tell you, I'm voting for Herschel Walker. I don't care what the Negro do. Cause my party gonna get the power. Because they know with the power they can get policy. Without the power, you don't get policy. So these smart Negroes out here So these smart Negroes vote for a man who definitely won't do nothing for them.
Can you send me the stats on that, Rob?
Stats on what?
What you just said. I need to see that.
You need to see what?
What you just said. You said they ignorant. They just vote for people. Why?
That common sense. If one person vote for Herschel Walker, that tell you people vote for power. They ain't vote for Herschel Walker.
All right. Do you understand
that
do y'all understand that Georgia spends more money on prisons than it does education? So they would rather lock up your children than educate them, than invest in them. You see what I'm saying?
So the brother that was on last week, you just mentioned him earlier. I can't remember his name. He was on last week, and he specifically said that Stacey's involved right now in getting a prison built.
Hey, get the fuck! No, he did not. He didn't say that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you misunderstood him. That's not. She's not involved in a prison. She's not involved in a prison being built. She's involved in a place for training police officers. Okay, that's a place.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
To train them so they won't go out and shoot like old buddy that got shot at Wendy's, you know. So they're trying to retrain cops. That's what they're investing in. They're on officer training, so they don't just when they see a black man who doesn't do everything that they say, that they don't just pull out their pistols and start shooting.
And you know what? We gonna need more cops because more criminals got more guns because Kemp made it so easy.
Made it easy to get guns.
So you're going to have more criminals with more guns if you don't have to have a permit to carry your gun. So
I got one question for you.
Thank you to y'all candidate.
I got a question on that.
It's the exact same thing in Texas.
So you telling me, and I'm down. Remember, Rob, you stated that up front. I'm down. So help me out, bro.
Look, hold on. I don't want you to take that personal, man. You know I don't want you to take that personal. I think you're politically. Listen, hold on. Let me say this. Let me straighten this up. You're politically dumb. You're not a dumb man. You're a smart man. You're just politically dumb.
Okay, Stacey get in office November 8th. Let's just say, hypothetically here, what's going to change that law? The gun law still going to be in effect.
Oh, she can change that with a stroke of a pen, an executive order.
She don't have the executive order for that.
Yes, she can. Okay. Just because that's how it was put in. All she have to do is roll it back. They're doing the same thing here in Texas. They allow everyone to carry, and then they wonder why crime is up in the big cities. Because everybody got guns. I mean, road rage is ridiculous here. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's road rage killing every day here in Houston. I mean, it's crazy. So a Republican governor wants to put that in, and then he wants the Democratic lawmakers to keep crime off the streets. No, man, it doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. You can't put in this stuff like here to appease the NRA and then expect crime not to go up. Come on, man.
Main one, what it do?
What's up?
What's going on, Dr. Main?
Y'all got me over here crying, man.
I'm over here laughing.
I think everybody laughs because I think a lot of black men been bamboozled. So here's a logic.
Is that my echo or is that just me?
I think that's just you because I don't hear you echoing. Here's what black men talking about. Tonyo has yet to give a reason why he's not voting for Stacey. He don't trust her. I mean, that's his logic for not voting for Stacey Abrams. And I'm pretty sure he heard that from a lot of men all around.
Nope, I have not.
You know what I'm saying? Cause
I did my research.
Okay, what you got in your research? Let me know what you got in your research. Enlighten us, man. So don't let me make the same mistake. Enlighten me.
No. Your mind made up, brother.
No,
brother.
I got an open mind. Convince me. I got an open mind. Convince me.
So I don't have to present any evidence in this court.
Okay, everybody watching this live, please share this live with your friends or your favorite group or whatever. Y'all, please share this live. Thank you.
Here come the doctor, DVP.
Oh no, we ain't letting you off the hook, sir. Tell us something. We ain't letting you off the hook. Let us know what's going on with Stacey.
No, you already got your mind made up, brother. I don't need to
know what?
you.
You don't have nothing. You don't.
I don't want to share nothing.
You hanging around guys like
do your own
you
research like you tell everybody else.
You hanging around a bunch of guys like Fu who just don't want to see a black woman in power.
Do your own research.
What the fuck?
I did my research.
May I interject?
You ain't in Georgia, man. You
Come on, man.
Oh, I can't. Yeah, this ain't my fight. This ain't my fight.
I'm there messing with you, man. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, Rob, you started out the show. You said you had a nice little monologue. You was like, man, people died and they walked across the bridge for the right for you to vote. And if you don't vote, then all that stuff, right? I can't remember everything you said.
Yeah, he said that. Yeah.
And then you turned.
And then the me real be took over.
And then you turn right around and said, if you don't vote for who I tell you to vote for, then
your vote don't count.
Then your vote don't count. That don't make sense.
That's what he said. Yeah.
But here's the thing, though, Jermaine. The people who are against Stacey have yet to tell me why. They have yet to give me a legitimate reason. The only reason I got because she is against reparations that they have never heard her say.
Okay, I can smoke a bag of that. But my question is,
give them some to smoke too, man.
My question is, do you know what she's done? Because you said, do y'all know her record? Do you know her record? Tell me when she was in Senate. Tell me what legislation she wrote, sponsored, or anything got passed or anything that was specifically catered to us, to black folk.
I'm voting for her.
Cricket.
No, cricket. But now you acting like you call it. Now you acting like my man over here. You just called him. You said you can't tell me why you don't like her. Tell me why you do like her. Because so maybe what you can show her record, and maybe you can convince people that's watching, like, oh damn, Rob made a good point. I'm gonna go check it out. I'm gonna go check out what he's talking about because that sounds good. So tell us.
I like her record on voters' rights. I like her record on voters' rights.
What specifically? Because everybody got records on
voters' rights.
As far as what?
Making it easier for people to vote. They're making it harder for people to vote.
Who made it harder for people? Who made it harder for people to vote? Because
Brian Kemp purged 500,000 voters in black and brown communities.
Her foundation put a lawsuit that a judge just knocked down, and you know what judge it was? A Democratic judge that Barack Obama put in. So if the Democratic judge said, "Oh, it ain't shit with that damn lawsuit," then what are we talking about? Next?
Because that was for the election, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the election that she lost, that she said because of voter suppression.
Because they purged 500,000 voters off the record. And Kemp was the lieutenant governor. He's in charge of that. The buck stopped with him.
If a federal judge said is no meat, as you would say, I'm gonna use your word, is no meat to it, and threw it out, then what are we talking about?
What I'm saying is they use legislation to purge 500,000 people off the roll in
federal
Georgia.
Judge said that didn't happen.
Who said? No, he didn't say. They didn't say it didn't happen. It happened. They weren't. Stacey actually went back and re-registered 800,000 people. Her and other people. I'm not gonna say it was just Stacey.
So why did she sue Brian Kemp?
Because he purged. Because he used legislation, corrupt legislation to purge 500,000 people off the
And what
book.
came out of that?
She didn't win.
She didn't win.
A black person lost in court. Man, that's the first time in history.
Why didn't
Get off
she
the
win?
gas, man.
No, I'm not on the gas because you trying to feed a bunch of bullshit. Because like you say all the time, we got to get our judges in positions of power, and our judges. Well, that was a Democratic judge. So don't you think a Democratic judge would be like, oh, you know what? I'm a Democrat, so fuck the law. I'ma just go side with the fucking
you
Democrat.
can't do that. You can't.
But
that's the reason why Democrats ain't in power. That's the reason why Democrats.
Why you always on your high horse about getting these fucking damn judges in? Then that just contradicts your whole point that you always come up with. We got to get our judges
for fair trials.
Stop it, bro. Y'all can't tell me one. Look, this Georgia shit, this Stacey Abrams, this y'all fight. But y'all can't tell me one good reason why to vote.
I can't. You didn't go to me.
She voted for decriminalizing marijuana. She voted for stricter gun control laws. Right? So that's two right there.
Did she?
Yeah.
Show it to me.
Now you want that?
Now
you want to show it to you. Then when he showed it to you, send me a fax. Send me an email with the U.S. seal on it. You ain't gonna never be satisfied.
He came up here and said, he told Food, you got to show me a video of her saying that. You got to show me an article of her saying that. So I can't ask where she voted yes on this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, come
on. And let
man,
me tell you. Let me tell you what Brian Kemp is for. Brian Kemp is for white supremacy. He is for the school to prison pipeline. He is in favor of that. Stacey Abrams is against the school to prison pipeline. Huh?
How do we know that?
How do we know that? Because his funds, his lack of funding, Georgia schools,
I agree with your point.
And his all of his funding for the prisons is that he is fueling the school to prison pipeline and not education.
Education. Abram would like to increase spending on public education. You see that?
Okay.
She opposes private school vouchers instead of advocating improvement for public education. She want to improve public education.
Okay.
She supports smaller class sizes. She supports smaller class sizes, school counselors, protected pensions, better pay for teachers, and spending early childhood education. Okay, the Kemp time.
Kemp ain't for none of that.
Okay, what the Kemp folks time?
Rob, you have somebody that wants to come on. Look in the back.
Hey, DVP. I need you to interject, sir.
Kid Gravity, what's up, bro?
You can't just sit back.
What's going on, man?
You can't just sit back.
What's going on, Dr. Kid?
Not after the conversation we had the other day. I'm not going to allow you to do that. No.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. You know the conversation me and you had the other day.
Right.
I'm listening to both sides. That's the only reason I came on. Because what I find amazing, and both of y'all been doing it, y'all making claims that you can't support, and don't do that. Don't keep saying it. And I hate when people say you can Google this. If you're gonna make a claim and I challenge it, if you can't show it to me, you can't find it. You just repeating it, and you want me to do an endless search for it. Because a lot of this stuff, my man said something about Stacey Abrams building jails, and I ain't never heard that. And I've been a cop for a long time. I keep in that loop. Now she did talk about
he corrected himself.
I know, but I'm just saying.
DVP, I was wrong on that. Now I was wrong on that,
and I appreciate it. But we will repeat stuff without fact checking, and it will go there. Now, and I would not vote for anybody right now if I had to. Stacey Abrams ain't proved that to me. I see what her plan says. Kemp has done some good things, whether I like him or not. He's done some horrible things, but he has a track record. So I got to decide. For me, my biggest issue right now is, do I want my daughter racing against boys, or am I afraid that my daughter's going to get pregnant and can't have an abortion, or her life is at risk? Those are the two biggest issues for me. Both of them suck on that. Which one is more important to me? Because Kemp supports something that I'm strongly against, but he also supports something that I'm strongly for. Same thing with Stacey. But as Jermaine said, I need a little bit more. See, I'm listening to what everybody say. And because my wife made me do research, when they say shit, I go straight to my search engines to see if
what you need to know, brother. What you need to know.
It's true. Because people will tell me stuff. People will say they know stuff. And I ain't flexing.
Brother DVP, what would you like to know? What would you like to know?
I don't want to know that. I want to see. I don't want nobody to tell me nothing. I want you to be able to point me into a direction.
What? Because I did a whole thread on Twitter about Stacey Abrams.
He wants to hear Warnock and Stacey Abrams out of their mouth that they are against reparations. That's what he wants.
I'm gonna put the first video. I put the first video in the private chat. Stacey.
I want to hear.
She got pulled
I
up
don't
on
say hear someone
reparations.
ask Warnock about reparations and him walk off without saying anything.
Marcel Dixon
I don't want to. I want to hear.
in
I want to
Savannah,
hear.
and he said no.
I am against reparations.
Well,
okay. If he do you want him to say that? Or do you want to see him turn his back on that man when he asked him?
See, I mean, come on. That's not saying that. That's not on the record. That's not on the record.
That was on the record, though. We have the video.
Well,
that's not on the record for reparations.
I will say this, and we don't even have to get too deep in the weeds in it because it just this should make sense to everybody. The Democratic Party are Stacey Abrams and Warnock, are they Democratic? Are they registered Democrats?
Yes.
We can all agree to that, right?
Yes.
The Democratic Party has already came out and said they do not support reparations. So we can logically say that if you are part of the Democratic Party,
you're guilty by association.
You're aligned with what they align with.
Okay, so that must mean the Republican Party must be for reparations then, right?
But here we go again. But they never. I never saw a stat line saying that Republicans are
okay.
For
so, brother Robert, I put two links in there. The first one is Stacey, and the second one is Warnock.
I'm about to play one for.
Yeah, the first one is Stacey. The second one is Warnock.
And I would have heard one.
Play Stacey's first, please, sir.
Man, I'm glad Kid Gravity here.
Now y'all listen. Y'all listen to it.
Hey, excuse me, I thought you were here. How you feel about us getting reparations? How you feel about Black Americans getting reparations? You said no reparations?
She did not say no reparation.
Yeah, so what she say?
She did not like that.
So
she
why
did not
she
say because she got somewhere to damn go.
Oh.
I'm glad, brother Robert. Wait a minute, brother Robert.
No, you wait a minute. You wait a minute.
I'm glad you said
that.
No, you
wait a minute, brother
Robert.
See, people gonna hear what they want to hear.
Hang on, brother.
That lady did not say. That lady did not say I'm against reparations.
Brother Robert.
The man who recorded it, he said she's against reparations.
No, that's not what he said. He said you said no to reparations, brother Robert.
She did not say that. And that's the problem.
I'm glad you said that.
And y'all took him. And hold on, now you wait a minute.
You have somebody showing you proof. You have somebody showing you.
Hang on, brother. Wait a minute. Hang on, brother. Hang on, brother Robert. I'm glad you said that. Are you on Twitter?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Twitter, but I don't go on Twitter.
Wait a minute. Hang on.
If that's all the evidence you got, you ain't on. If that's all the evidence you got,
wait a minute.
You ain't got
there was a reason why I asked you that.
You ain't got nothing. That's all you got, bro. That's all you got. Her walking away, and some dude asked the question. He didn't get the answer, so he said, "Oh, did she say she's not against reparations?" So everybody.
No, she said everybody keeps telling me that I'm not for reparations, and then started talking about tangibles for other people. That's not reparations.
She did not say nothing. She kept walking.
Oh Lord.
See, here's the thing. See, you guys hear what you want to hear because you want.
Everybody told me you have.
Now listen, you want some dirt. You want some dirt on her because if you don't like it, just say you don't like it.
In this family, everybody's taller than you.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't like it, don't say you don't. Let's say you don't like it. But don't
lie,
Jermaine.
Brother. What do you mean lie, brother? Why? I don't have to lie on her. All she has to do is talk.
Dude, you said you had evidence that she say she.
I just showed you the evidence.
That was not evidence. That was some dude.
So she talked to a black man and said what? And she said, and he said, "How do you feel about reparations?"
I'm gonna play it again. I'm gonna
play it again.
Y'all be absolutely quiet so y'all can hear it. I'm gonna play it again. I'm gonna play the propaganda one more time. Somebody talking in the background. Y'all mute yourself so they can hear it real clear.
Hey, excuse me, I thought you were quick. How you feel about us getting reparations? How you feel about Black Americans getting reparations? You said no reparations?
Now I'm gonna let it play again.
Hey, excuse me, I thought you were quick. How you feel about us getting reparations? How you feel about Black Americans getting reparations? You said no reparations?
Okay, now how many of y'all heard her say no reparations? No to reparations.
Okay, Okay, hang on.
I'm taking no. You hang
fine.
on. I'm taking
you said
the poll.
you didn't hear it. Okay, fine. You said you didn't hear it.
I'm taking the
Hang
poll
on.
right
You said
now.
you didn't hear
I'm
it.
taking the
Okay,
poll,
fine.
sir.
I'll give you that.
Hold on. I'm taking the poll. Who all heard her say no against reparation? Crickets. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Speak on, sir.
Now, I sent you. Now, look at the second link, and then the third one is her thread on Sunday morning about reparations. And you read that and tell me where she said something about reparations.
Oh, she said she against it?
I'll let you read it for yourself.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Play the second clip.
This is Warnock.
Yes, that's Warnock and Marcel.
Hold on, let me see. So y'all see where we at? We got black men trying to prove why they hate a black woman.
Boy. Okay, a black man is directly asking him about reparations. Listen to his response.
And guess what? Here's the flip side of it. They know they ain't gonna get shit from goddamn Kemp. That's the flip side.
Here we go again. Got to go to the white man. Start it over.
Hey, somebody meet themselves, man. Got a lot of background.
The symptoms of the problems instead of the bigger issues. And it seems that's one of the issues that could kind of fix all the issues.
Now that dude talking is a shill.
And we don't talk about reparations enough in this country. And the last that I checked, the House had gotten the HB 40 past committee. And as far as I can tell, that's where it stopped. And I know you're in the Senate, so I'm not sure what you can do about that. But I did just wonder what you could do to further that cause in America right now.
So there is a bill to study the issue of reparations. Here's what I'm for. Equity and opportunity. And I wake up every day fighting for that. And I do it in such a way that I think benefits all of us.
What is that?
But when you look at the issue of healthcare, for example, if we can get Medicaid expanded, it would help all of us if we could get Medicaid expanded, if we could get a fix. But it would have a disproportionate impact on communities of color because the disparities are so great. When we invest in jobs, when we invest in infrastructure, when we invest in a whole range of these things, when we deal with the expanded child tax credit.
What is he talking about?
Which helps 97% of families with children. But when you look at the racial wealth gap, it will be a great help to communities of color and other marginalized people.
Okay, I didn't hear him say he was against reparation.
He started talking about it and then went to his other things and communities of color.
Because he got all his white donors there. Come on, man.
First off, wait a minute. Whoa.
Y'all are not being, you guys are not being smart, man.
What white donors? He was in a black neighborhood in DeKalb County. What are you talking about?
I've seen a whole bunch of white men sitting in that room.
Sir,
man.
he was in Decatur. What are you talking about? I remember when he did that. He was in Decatur.
Okay.
In a black neighborhood.
All right.
Did he say he was against reparation? Did he say he was against it?
The black man directly asked him, "How do you feel about reparations?"
Did he say he was against it?
I go to bed thinking about that and then wake up and I got to talk about communities of color and healthcare. What does that have to do with us?
So if he go to bed thinking about reparations, that means he for it, right?
No, because that man directly asked him a question and he didn't answer it like he did on
Friday.
Friday.
You just said it yourself. You just said it yourself.
Now, let me tell you the reality of it. Let's say the reality of it. Let's say Stacey Abrams turned and answered that guy, "I'm for reparations for black people." Guess what would be on Kemp's campaign in Willacoochee, Georgia, every day, all day, all night. He's going to use that against her for people that are against reparations. Then, and at the end of the day, and then at the end of the day, she says that she's still not going to get your vote. So how does that help her? How does that help her?
It ain't about me, sir. I've already made up my mind. It ain't about me. I can't. Let me explain something to you. I can't get reparations from the American government. I got to go to Jamaica and get mine. I'm fighting for my wife and daughter. If this woman's trying to tell people who are directly asking her, if you are you for or against reparations, all they want is a yes or no. Don't dance around it. Don't bring up no Latinos at AAPI. Answer the question, yes or no.
And you know she has no influence on the office she's running for, has no impact on reparations. Zero.
What?
Zero.
Do you know how many American black folks are in Georgia? Are you serious?
A lot. Oh yeah, a lot.
Okay, let me BT, do you understand they're trying to position her to be the face of the Democratic Party right now? You do understand it.
And that's
what do you
fine.
mean that's fine? Okay, so she's going to be looked at as the number one black person in the Southeast.
It doesn't make her Nancy Pelosi.
And what's your problem with that?
F Nancy Pelosi.
What's your problem?
Black folks.
What's your problem with her being?
She is actively working with the Asians and the Latinos to get black folks out of Atlanta.
Okay, all right. Man, I don't believe that for 1 second. I don't believe that for 1 second. All right. Now what I'm saying is she has
but the white supremacists don't care about Atlanta.
Hold on, BT.
The white supremacists don't care about Atlanta, sir.
Hold on, BT. He say Stacey working with the Asian, but Kip working with the white supremacy.
Correct.
What's your logic, bro? What's your logic?
Sir, I did a whole.
You ain't making no sense, man.
Sir, I've done a whole live stream outlining how Stacey was working with the AAPI for a decade.
Hey,
an entire decade. She goes
BT.
to every other group in this state and tells them tangibly what she's going to do and outlines it. She comes to us and brings us rappers and symbolism.
Kid Gravity, let me ask you something.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Stacey Abrams was a state senator. Have you checked her record?
She's not a state. She was never a state senator. The highest office she ever held was House Minority Leader.
No, Stacey was a state senator.
How could she be a state senator? When?
Stacey served in the state senate.
Dude, she was a House Minority Leader for the city of Atlanta.
What was her record?
What do you mean? What was her record?
Did she vote on stuff?
Yes, she did. She had to work with the Republicans and Democrats to get things done. She brought more cops into Atlanta. And take money away from black folks. You could go look up her record. It's online.
Yeah, Kemp gave money to black folks. She took it away.
Most of her initiatives were progressive initiatives that harmed black folks. She loved to hammer Kemp about all them hospitals closing. Yet when she was House Minority Leader, they were already on the brink of closing. And they didn't move.
And how she became House Minority Leader?
She got voted in.
As what?
She worked there on the city council and moved up to House Minority Leader. She ran for that office.
No, bro, you mistaken. You mistaken, bro.
Sir, she said it out of her own mouth.
Now, I gotta say this.
And guess what, sir? I knew that when I was living in New York.
I'm gonna say this for everybody watching. These are the conversations that need to be had. The reason why these conversations need to be had is because we as a people have to stop voting so blindly. I appreciate
when you're done, let me address to Trina Marie.
Okay.
When you're finished.
I appreciate the fact that that Darren said what he said. He's making choices not based on party. He's making the choice based on the person. That's what we have to get to. Because guess what? And this is what everybody needs to understand. Whether it's the Republicans or the Democrats, they don't have our best interests at heart. All they're gunning for is your vote because the agenda is already set in place that they're going to go ahead and push towards. What we have to start doing is, once again, us, the 7 faces on this screen and who we are as a people, we have to be on code. By us being on code, we can't just vote for the person that look like us. Because bottom line is, which is fucking crazy, and people fail to realize this shit. The motherfucker that look like you might crack you upside the head. The motherfucker that don't might say, get in the house before they rob you. That's the whole thing about it. We got to stop doing that shit. everything can't be on just emotion because they played on that shit, as proven with Barack Obama getting elected.
Which is what I'm going to address Trina Marie with.
Go ahead.
Because
Go
Obama
ahead,
sat up there. Obama sat there and he was the ultimate symbol. He was the ultimate Manchurian candidate. He came off black man, looked smooth and all this. That's why they hid his history until he left. And then all of a sudden, everything else came out. We lost so much political and economic power under that man. It was ridiculous. BT, tell me where I lied at.
All right, tell me. You put out a vague generality. Tell me some specifics.
In terms, you want politics or economics first?
Both.
Okay, well, I'll start
and
with
then
economics.
tell me, and then tell me the actual route to get done what you said should get done.
Okay, economics. Remember how Obama was running and said Bush's bailout was not good for the country, and when he gets in, he's not going to do it.
No,
he didn't say that.
No, that he wasn't going to bail. So he
Obama
said he wasn't going to. He wasn't going to bail
out the banks. He said bailing out the banks was wrong. They should be paying for what they did.
He bailed out the auto industry and the insurance industry. So he ran on that platform that he was going to bail them out. He actually ran against McCain said let him go under, and he ran against a campaign against that. So how did he say that they shouldn't be bailed out?
He literally ran on that and said they should not be bailed out.
And then turned around, but he said the auto industry should be bailed out.
That's okay, right? How did that help us? We were in a recession. After he said he'd get us out in 18 months, it took us 3 years to get out of it.
Okay, the Recovery Act it worked. Obviously, it did work. We record job growth
right there, sir.
From 2012 to 2018. I mean, come on, man, it was right there. Look at the Recovery Act. Look up the Recovery Act.
Did you make money?
Yeah, I did. All right.
Did you make enough money to retire?
Look up the Recovery Act, kid Gravity. Look up the Recovery Act, man.
Okay.
Did I say did I make enough money to retire on in 6 years? 6 years? No, I didn't. I'm sorry. I guess I'm not that financially astute.
I just got a question because I ain't even with this Obama bashing. So who retired from Bush? Who retired from Reagan? Who retired from 45? I mean, we sit here talking about Obama. One, we know Obama didn't get the help because we didn't know what we were doing. But
because every time somebody brings up Obama, everybody wants to run.
You brought up Obama. You did. Ain't no everybody. We were talking about Stacey Kemp.
I was bringing up. No, I brought up the symbolism and how that got us in trouble.
But it wasn't that. It was that we
glossed over a lot of shit.
Because we was ignorant about politics. Because remember now, we wasn't even voting that much before then. So complete the whole story. Black people were ignorant about politics.
And there was somebody in the chat that said, "Now all of a
I ain't
sudden
say nothing while you were talking. I ain't say nothing. I sat here like a good soldier." We sat here, we didn't know nothing about politics. He came in, everybody keeps saying he didn't do nothing. But who is the one that got the bill where there's a punishment for killing black people? See, we don't want to give him credit for that. He did something. All these young soldiers out there fighting now who grew up with a black president, see, them the warriors now. They didn't know the submission to a white man. But we gonna sit here and say he didn't do shit. Maybe he didn't do nothing for you, but I made money up under him. And it wasn't out of fear. Really? Am I boring one of you motherfuckers? See, when somebody don't say something you like, then y'all got to be disrespectful, and that's our problem. That's why we would never.
That's how black conservatives is, man.
Hold on, Rob. But see, that's why we can't get in the well, because when somebody don't say something you like, we wanna devolve to disrespect. We can't listen no more because you put up a thing, your little thing say Stacey Abrams say she is for reparations. So when somebody's saying something, all this disrespect got to come because you don't want nobody to have no opinion. Now, Jerome said something about fussing at Robert by saying if you don't vote like me, then your vote don't count. Now, here y'all go. I'm showing you this. Well, you know what politics is about? What's important to me? What's important to BT? What's important to Food? What's important to everybody ain't got the same important. Everybody ain't got it. See, some people, a lot of men got little daughters. And you know what's important to them? Abortion. Not none of this other stuff y'all talk. We can sit here and talk about reparations. We can sit here and talk about jails. But a lot of men who got little girls are more concerned about this abortion law. And that's what they sticking on. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. Because if you ain't got kids, it ain't gonna affect you. Period. But we trying to tell everybody we got to have the same agenda. But put your hand down. I listen to you. You ain't got nothing else to do but listen to me. So now, you got to think like me. You got to think like me. No, you don't. No, you don't. I just gave y'all my 2 points. That's what's important to me. It don't matter about this other stuff. Kemp has done some really shitty things. I ain't a fan of Stacey Abrams, so I'm sitting here looking and listening. And Robert said something, and I didn't want to agree with him, but it's like we'll look for a reason to hate. But when we ask what did Kemp do wrong, the same group of people, they ain't got shit to say. Nothing. You want tell me what Kemp has done wrong. What's your name, brother? Tell me what Kemp has done wrong.
Kid Gravity.
Yeah, Kid Gravity. Tell me what Kemp has done wrong.
He throwing black men in jail for weed.
Stop. You know who throw black men in jail for weed? We done had this conversation. Kemp ain't locked up nobody.
And you rather have Kemp than Stacey Abrams. And you rather have Kemp.
I would rather deal with Kemp for 4 more years than Stacey.
And you just gave her one of the biggest reasons. And you know what? Stacey Abrams for legalizing marijuana.
I can mitigate that, sir.
Stacey Abrams is for legalizing marijuana.
So show me what Kemp throw people in jail. Show me what Kemp has arrested anybody in the past 6 years. Anybody. Because I've been a cop. I want to see a governor who made an arrest. I want to see a mayor who made an arrest. They don't do it. That come from DAs who we elect. It ain't.
You mean like Fannie Wills?
What? Fannie Willis is a prosecutor. Who did she arrest again? Nobody.
Is she not a DA? Is she not? Did she not just arrest a whole bunch of gangs in Atlanta?
No, she don't. She prosecutes them. What DA got the power to arrest?
Hey, she should arrest them.
No. See, now we're gonna talk what I know. To have arrest powers.
So she didn't put out no RICOs on people. That's what you're telling me. She didn't put out no RICOs on Young Thug and them. She didn't do that.
What's wrong with that?
She didn't do that. She had to sign those RICOs to go send out the warrants, right? She had to. Who did that?
Who signed the warrant? See, every warrant is signed by a judge, young fella. Every single warrant. Not one DA can do that. Not one.
So what do you think a DA does when they need a warrant?
Brother, police. I spent my life. I get a warrant. I ain't never went through a DA. Most police don't have to go through a DA. See, here we go. When we talk,
okay, fine. Name me the cops who went after. Name me the cops that were going to go after.
But again, tell me what Kemp. Because according to you, Kemp ain't did nothing but lock up black people. Show me that, because I know you got that video. Show me where Kemp locked up some black people for marijuana. Because the state troopers won't even. The state troopers work for the governor. The state troopers don't even lock you up for marijuana. So show me that one.
Give me a second.
Okay.
But everyday people show don't play, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what side you on. You gonna get challenged either way it go.
DVP.
I don't mind.
This ain't a propaganda show.
You're right. DVP. You said one of your concerns is your daughter racing against a male transgender, right?
Yeah.
Now, what is the law in Georgia on gender reassignment under age 18?
Don't make me lie. I don't know. I was looking into states that let you change your birth certificate, and I got caught up and frustrated with that.
Is that right? Because it's really not likely for your daughter to be running up against a boy in a track meet. It's not likely. It's very, very, very minuscule.
Oh yeah, it ain't gonna happen. Well, that's one other thing.
I think the people of Georgia would riot before that. They'll allow that to happen. That stuff don't happen down south.
You got to remember now. This the capital. We're the capital for that type of. We took over from California. Georgia got the most lesbians and gay. We got the biggest lesbian and gay community around. That ain't a big stretch.
All right. Yeah, lesbian, gay. Believe it or not, they are different than transgender. They're different.
That's what my research shows.
Yeah. I mean, they're different. Now they posse up and with food, like you say, they get on their code and they usually march forward. But they don't necessarily like just because it's okay. I mean, just because transgender want the rights to be able to reassign their gender, it doesn't mean that lesbians and gays are on board with that, especially with people under the age of 18. So,
what was your question? I'm gonna Google it while we wait on this video of Kemp locking up people for weed. I really want to see this. I really want to see this.
Hey, I'm still waiting on the Stacey Abrams saying I'm against reparation video.
But she didn't.
You know what I'm saying?
The thing he posted says, I'm gonna read it to you because I pulled it up. It says, I was recently asked about reparations in Athens. The sound is obscure, but I said yes to reparations. I always have, but I will never mislead Black people by pretending this is easy. I had a whole convo about my position as well as what needs to happen next. That came from what he shared with us.
You do realize that's a whole thread,
who said
right?
that? Who said that?
Who said that,
DVV?
Kid, that's one of the things that Kid Gravity shared.
Do you realize that's a whole thread, sir?
Yeah, but
okay, you have to keep clicking it.
Okay, you were looking for my video. They asked where it was said, and this is what she said. Now, if it's something that she didn't say, because it ain't like we don't know politicians change their mind. Herschel Walker said he don't believe in no exceptions for abortions. Then on the thing, he said, "Oh, I support Kemp."
The heartbeat bill, yeah.
Yeah, Kemp said he got 3 exceptions. They're done, but Kemp said he got 3. So which one is it? What he said at the thing, or what he said prior to? So for you to say that she ain't never said it, she just said it. Now, if it's somewhere that she ain't said it, that's fine. But what Robert and BT said is showing where she ain't said it. You'll think that it lead off of her saying it. It leads off because we listened to that video. All of us heard sorry. We heard sorry clearly. After that, her face was turned. She didn't get no 3 syllables out. But you gonna say somebody said it?
And the Black conservative dude, he put his propaganda into it. See, that's what Black conservative do.
Yeah. What Black conservative dude? What are you talking about?
Yeah, whoever that dude was, he was a Black conservative.
The one that made the video.
Because a Democrat want to talk like that about their candidate.
And see, and y'all repeat that, and then y'all go on other platforms and repeat that Stacey Abrams is against reparations, and it's not true. And then somebody else repeats it, and then they go on another platform and repeat it, and that's the domino effect. I mean,
Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted, late brothers. He finding me this video of Kemp arresting somebody because he said, give him a minute.
That's not what I said.
You know what, man? I feel good about this. If y'all just say,
record.
I don't want a woman leader.
Go play it back.
Just say I don't want a woman in leadership, man.
You got to rewind on this.
Don't lie on the lady. Just say you don't want a lady in leadership.
It has nothing to do with no lady in leadership.
If you can't find a reason why that you don't want to vote against her,
I literally put up a whole thread on the reason why she shouldn't be voted for.
You sent a video where she did not say that.
I'm not talking about the video. I'm talking about the thread I sent you with hers and why I told you I'm not voting for her.
I'm the one that said
I'll resend it again.
I said I'm not voting for her based on reparations. Kid Gravity has stated multiple reasons why he's not voting for her. And it has nothing to do with reparations. I'm talking about how I'm going to vote.
I mentioned reparations once, but I mentioned 5 other things in there why I'm not voting for her.
Kid Gravity, you just say Kemp locked folks up for marijuana, right?
I'm still looking for it.
You said that, right?
Yes, sir.
Kemp locked folks, but Stacey Abrams is for legalizing marijuana.
And how does that help us?
What is your if you don't want to get locked up for marijuana, you should vote for Stacey Abrams.
How does that help us?
It means it means it's gonna keep a lot of brothers out of jail who walk around simply possessing. We ain't finna do that one. Yeah, just like when Biden said he gonna release the federal prisoners because everybody was talking crap about the bill, and ain't most of y'all criminals ain't federal. They state, they local. So what Biden had with that criminal bill had nothing to do with local politics. See, that's what you have to read. It didn't affect nan state. It only affected the feds. Like when he raised the federal minimum wage to $15, it didn't affect nan state. People can say what they want to. What he did in Congress was
I can't find the record.
I know you can't find the record. I know, but I know. I was clear on that one. I've been in this lifestyle, so yeah. When you start talking law. I got that one.
Okay, I'll give you that one. I can't find it.
Kid Gravity, you got to come on this show more often, man, so you can learn on the other side, man. These propaganda shows, where black folk get together and dog black people out, man, it's ridiculous. Now, a lot of black men out there, she against reparation, and nobody had to prove that she said. Nobody had to prove. If Fu said he voted against her because
if you think that's the only reason why we're not voting for her over reparations, I encourage you to look at the
That's the only reason I heard Fu say.
Okay, that's his reasoning. Hang on, that's his reasoning. I put in a link with my reasoning.
But here's the other side of it. But here's the other side.
Go ahead.
He's never heard her say she's getting reparation, but he know good and damn well Kemp ain't for it. It don't make sense. Make it make sense. That's all I'm saying. Make sense,
that's his reasoning.
He's his own man. But
he's not.
He don't make logical.
Voting for
he don't make logical sense. That's all I'm saying.
That's fine. You think
it's not logical
sense. Look at my thread, and that's why I'm not voting for her.
So it's okay if Kemp make your wife or your daughter, if they get raped, have a baby, as long as they ain't got a.
Okay. Here we go again. Why do y'all like bringing up abortion and bringing up rape?
I'm gonna say this.
You brought up one something. Tell me what you want to talk about. Since I can't.
Let me
I didn't say you couldn't talk about it. I'm asking when the abortion issue comes up, why you have to go first to rape?
Because when y'all go to abortion, the first thing y'all go to is that Democrats want to abort babies the day they are born. That's the same reason. Same reason.
There's laws on the book. They want laws on the books. You can abort the baby at 9 months.
At 9, please, you have to show me those books. You have to show me those balls.
I just like to make a
oh
statement.
My God, 9 months abortion.
I just want to make a statement real quick in reference to abortion. If a woman wants to have an abortion, you do not have to go to a particular clinic or whatever to get it done. Am I sitting there going to say you got to stick a hang up you and all of that? No. There are herbs that you can take and you can have an abortion. So it doesn't have to boil down to what the government says. And this right here, you could talk to any herbalist, any nutritionist, and that is most definitely possible. So in that particular instance, that subject per se does not necessarily have to does not have to be a game breaker, but you don't have to depend on them to do that. You can do that naturally. And you don't have to worry about it hurting your health or anything like that. It's not no backwoods abortion. Those days been over.
No, we ain't even talking about the class. We ain't even talking about the 5th grader yet.
Political showdown in Georgia. Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock and Republican challenger Herschel Walker squared off in their only scheduled debate last night. Early voting for midterm elections begins Monday in Georgia. This closely watched contentious race between the Reverend and the former running back could decide control of Congress. Nicole Killian is in Savannah and joins us now. Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you, Dana. Representatives from both campaigns feel pretty good about how things went after a policy-packed debate that was full of fireworks and props.
The Southern hospitality quickly wore off.
This race is about who's ready to represent the people of Georgia.
As Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock and GOP challenger Herschel Walker retreated to their corners.
He's for Joe Biden. I'm for Georgia.
Clashing over everything from the economy, crime, and education to voting rights and abortion rights.
I believe in life. And I tell people this, Georgia is a state that respects life, and I'll be a senator that protects life. He says no exceptions, even in the case of rape, incest, or the life of the mother. I think that's extreme.
Walker was also confronted again about reports he allegedly paid for a woman's abortion in 2009.
That's a lie. My opponent has a problem with the truth.
Richmond Senator took aim at other claims by his opponent, including that he once worked in law enforcement.
One thing I have not done, I've never pretended to be a police officer. I am with many police officers.
You have a prop.
Yes.
That fool pulled out a band.
I ask you to put that prop away.
The candidate's
That's enough, man. If you got food thinking about vote for him, man, you know what I'm saying? I look at y'all that's no smarter than Herschel Walker. You know what I'm saying?
He carrying that badge around. That's impersonating a police officer.
No, it's an honorary badge that they gave him. It's a trophy thing.
Yeah, that's something you put in your trophy case, and you don't carry it around. Come on, man, you're gonna abuse that authority.
The man ain't smarter than the 5th grader, man. What y'all expect, man? Come on, man.
Rob,
Let me say that before you get started. White people know how black men think. We're going to put a black man out in front of them and pull some of them votes away. They see white men thinking about power. Y'all thinking about all this crazy stuff. Oh, she's against reparations. These folks don't care what y'all thinking. They just want the power. They put Herschel Walker out front and pull some black votes away. That's all they thinking, man.
That's all they're doing.
They know Herschel don't know nothing. And he's not going to be running the Senate anyway. He's going to have a coach telling him every vote he need to vote on. But his black man on Repo be so smart. Oh, she's against reparations. I don't like her. Y'all. Well, I see why black women floating away from black men.
Hey,
Lord, here we go.
Hold on, can I say?
Here we go.
Let me get one something in before you go, Jermaine.
Go ahead.
Between the 6, 7 of us, because see, men love to speak on abortion issues, but can we all go find the herbalists who can say how easy it is to get an abortion? Because again, Fu said something, but men love to say. I done checked with some women. How many people have performed these herbal abortions? So all of a sudden now we finna be guinea pigs or some herbs because we heard some shit, because ain't no witch doctors around no more. And men love to say what women can do. But every time you ask them to name someone who done it, we get quiet. So Kristen, can we get Kirsten or some other herbalists? Put on the page and let's see if we can find somebody who knows about these herbal abortions so they can tell us how safe they are. Anybody can do them. Go ahead, Jermaine. I'm sorry.
No, you good.
Is it safer than the vaccine?
I just want to say this.
Don't say that word.
And bro, we got to stop saying that. Oh, you not these black men is doing. We got to get off of that shit, bro. Rob, we got to get off.
No, I'm gonna be on what I want to be.
Jermaine, come on, man. Not after what you posted.
Like me and you had a conversation in the back channel. If we can't critique our politicians, don't matter what color they are, y'all stuck on this color shit. Oh, y'all don't want to vote for her because she's a black woman and blah 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 blah. Why can't it just be an honest critique?
Jermaine,
I'm not. Hold up, let me finish my point. I don't think I say make it make sense. Make it make sense. Wait a minute. Anytime I've had a conversation about any politician, I ain't never said, oh, they was ugly, oh, they was fat, oh, they was this. It was strictly on their record, and what they have done, what they say they're gonna do, and what plan they say they have in place for them. That's all you're supposed to be going by. You got to get out of this. Oh, what this narrative that the black man is he's gonna be the reason why she's not gonna damn win. Come on, man, that's a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of bullshit.
I just showed you the video of that, man.
And if the black man was so important to Stacey Abrams, then why is she just now talking about them now? She just put out her so-called plan for the black man on her.
By the way, look at her plan for black men.
And the plan for the black man ain't even got the black man in it.
But like I said before the show, the only reason we having this discussion is because of Stacey Abrams has made this state a battleground state single-handedly. She has made this state a battleground state. This is the only reason we're talking about Georgia.
So that's the reason why you supposed to vote for.
10 years ago, your vote didn't even matter. Didn't nobody give a god dog what you
10 years ago?
Because Republicans gonna win. Because Republicans were gonna win everything. But everybody on this panel knows Stacey Abrams made this state.
Did you just say 10 years ago you weren't able to vote?
No, I said
he ain't say that.
I said 10 years ago.
No, he said 10 years ago. Stacey Abrams.
This state
wasn't involved. They weren't talking about Georgia as a voting.
They weren't talking about Georgia at all as a battleground state. The only reason
Let me talk.
The only reason this state is a battleground state because Stacey Abrams single-handedly did this shit, and now y'all Negro got everything to say now.
Okay,
shut up.
Well, I ain't even from Georgia. So
and now y'all Negro.
Okay,
and now y'all Negro.
Okay.
Knowing that your vote matters. And now you want to go take it to.
I put up
now you want to take
Stacey.
Now you want to take it to the white man. You know ain't gonna do nothing for you.
But there you go again. There you go again. Okay, pull up the thread I put up about Stacey, and you come tell me.
I'm being honest about it. I'm not talking
You're obviously
politics.
not, because I have a whole thread about why I'm not voting for Stacey. You won't pull it up.
Sense.
Okay, I talk common sense in my thread. I talk common sense in my thread. Refute what I said in there.
Kid Granted, I bet you can name 50 reasons why you can't name why you won't vote for Kim.
I didn't even have to name 50, sir.
I bet you can name 50.
I kept it where it was pertinent.
You can name 5.
Pertinent.
You can name 5 reasons why you can't vote for Stacey, and I bet you can name 50 why you can't vote for Kim. Make it make sense, bro. That's all I'm telling y'all. If y'all don't want to see a black lady in power,
I don't care if she's a black lady, sir. I
Yes,
really
yes,
don't care.
she
If she's for black folks, I'll vote for her.
That's the same way
I don't
somebody
care.
cast in like the woman king.
Robert,
Sir, pull up the thread.
You do understand that.
Okay,
black,
I guess Robert, you want to see black folks being subjugated on film. You into that?
Kid Gravity, all I'm saying, you got one
the
dude.
woman king,
let
sir.
me say this. I ain't mean to go down that rabbit hole. You got one dude on this panel who said he's not voting for Stacey because she's against reparation, which he never heard her say. But he's voting for the guy who he know damn well ain't gonna give him reparation. Make it make sense. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Sir, she had a whole opportunity last night to talk about black folks. She did not talk about black folks last night.
Y'all excuse my language.
No, you passionate and you're very emotional.
I don't mind you having these opinions, bro. But I literally
I hate
have
when it
something
don't
in
make
your
sense.
back channel
I hate
why
when people
I'm
say
not
stuff,
voting for her. You won't pull it up.
That don't make sense.
But Robert,
Pull up what I said about her.
But Robert, what you're saying is not making sense. You have not one time named one single policy that's on her platform right now that you're like, oh yeah, I can get behind that.
I did name you 2 or 3. You just said that.
You can say is she's a black woman.
Then you said show you.
Okay,
I named
sir.
Jermaine, I named
Sir.
you 2 or 3. You said show you.
Okay,
Brother Robert,
and how is that going to affect you?
Oh man, come on.
Pull up my
man.
thread, Brother Robert.
Come
Pull
on,
up my
man.
thread.
It's
Please pull up my
obvious
thread.
It's obvious you gotta have an agenda against Stacey Abrams, man.
I don't, because I ain't in fucking Georgia. I can give a fuck about
have an
Georgia.
agenda against Stacey Abrams.
Sir, pull up my thread.
Because the reason
It's the
y'all
fourth
hate
link.
her,
It's the
it's
fourth
not
link.
true.
Pull it up.
The reason y'all hate her, Kid Grant, with all due respect, man, when you played the first video that lied, you said we were gonna get her saying she was getting reparation.
We can leave that up to
She didn't say
interpretation.
it.
Pull up the thread.
Warnock did not say he was against reparation. You made it out to be what you wanted to be. You gonna
So
always
he didn't
hear what
argue
you,
with Marcel Dixon and turn his back on that man when he asked him about
but he
reparations.
didn't say
do
he
this.
was. He said I go to sleep thinking about it.
Sir, if you're in a debate
He
with
said
someone,
I go
sir,
to sleep thinking about reparations.
Hang on. Wait a minute.
Come on, man.
Hold on.
He said I go to sleep thinking about it.
Okay, so I can't ask a question.
He
If
answered
you're in
the
a conversation with a
I
man,
go to
hang
sleep
on.
thinking about it.
Okay.
I go to
If
sleep
you're in a-
thinking about my kids' safety. I'm thinking about my kids. I go to sleep thinking about reparations. What that mean? That means he's thinking about reparations. That means he might be for reparation if he's going to sleep thinking about
So when he
it.
wakes up, what was the solution?
Now you heard what you wanted to hear, bro.
Okay, sir, fine. Let me ask you a question.
You know
then.
what?
Let
you
me
know
ask
what,
you a
Kid
question as a
Granny?
Southern man.
You
As a
didn't
Southern
want
man,
him.
let me ask
You
you a
didn't want
question.
him to say that because you wanted to be able to say this. You didn't want him to say he's for reparation because you need
See what
something
I mean?
against him.
Sir, okay, as a Southern man, let me ask you a question. If you're in a debate with a man, he turns his back on you, do you see that as disrespect?
The man that turned his back. The man,
He wasn't
the man,
in a debate. Yeah.
The man diverted into something else. The man.
Okay,
The man.
I'm not talking about this. I'm
the
not
man
talking
said,
about this.
I
When
go
he
to
talked to
sleep
Marcel,
thinking about
sir,
reparations.
when he talked to Marcel Dixon, he turned his back on that man.
Nah, hold up.
He turned his back on
I
that
think
man.
that's the issue right now. Rob,
What was his first word? What
Rob,
was the first thing he said?
Rob,
I go to sleep thinking about
Rob,
reparations.
Rob, this is the problem right here with even with this conversation. Kid Gravity is talking about the situation with Marcel Dixon and Warnock. You're talking about the video that was just showed. There are two different videos.
No, I'm talking about what video? Which video you talking about?
That's my point.
He don't scruck out with 2 videos. He don't scruck out with 2 videos.
You keep going on a rant.
Now we ain't finna keep playing all these propaganda videos.
Rob, once
Look,
again,
it's okay that you like
No,
Warnock,
this
brother.
ain't,
It's fine.
This ain't that. No,
It's
it ain't
fine.
that, bro. This
It's
ain't that show
fine.
where everybody
It's
agreeing with the same
fine.
damn propaganda.
It's
I'm
fine
gonna
that
say-
you
I'm
don't
gonna
like.
say
You
this.
don't like it.
I'm
It's
gonna say this
fine.
to everybody,
on this
for
show.
everybody watching. If I walk up to a man and I ask them a direct question in reference to our people, after that man is having a conversation with a white woman for about let's say a minute and a half, 2 minutes, gave her all the attention in the world, and I walk up to you and ask you a question in reference to us, a specific question, and you turn your back on me, that's a fucking problem. I don't know how everybody would take that, but I know for me, if you're gonna turn your back on me, I'm like, all right, cool. I see where they stand. That's the biggest, and then that's a statement that can be made right now. You know where a motherfucker, because that right there is a form of disrespect. If a motherfucker,
why ain't nobody asking Kip is he for a reparation?
Slap you, that's a form of disrespect. Plain and simple.
Okay, why ain't nobody asking Kip is he for a reparation?
Why the fuck would he ask a white man about a black issue? He asked a black man about a black fucking issue. I don't give a fuck about what Kip has to do with this.
Listen. That's my whole point, because you know damn well he ain't for it.
I don't
okay.
And
that's not.
You know damn well. You know he ain't for it.
Could care less about a white man from Georgia State.
No, you guys missing it. Y'all the one missing it. Y'all ain't vote for somebody because y'all think she ain't for what y'all for. But y'all know, willing to vote for a guy who you know he ain't for what y'all for.
Go in your private chat and go to the fourth link and tell me that what I said in there was not factual.
We got other topics we supposed to be talking about.
He don't want to pull up my link. That's what it is.
I don't pull up two links, man. I don't pull up two links. Both of them came up to be not true.
Nah, Jermaine, we ain't got nothing else tonight. This is the raw.
Hey, listen, we were gonna talk about Kanye. We were gonna talk about Jermaine. We were gonna talk about the post you made on Facebook about the women. You know what I'm saying? I had some stuff lined up. It just
you got emotional. You got emotional, man.
Fool. We'll talk about it tomorrow because he obviously scared about finding out something he ain't want to find out.
Because I hate propaganda. I hate propaganda.
Sir, let me tell you something. Everything I have in that thread is not propaganda, sir. It has links. So you go ahead and tell me it's propaganda. Go ahead.
You should have showed your best link first. Don't show your best link first.
No, that don't make sense because
once you showed your first two,
sir, I only put that in there because you said we won't vote for Stacey because she's a black woman. That's the only reason why I gave it to you.
Your first two videos were lies.
That's fine. You can leave that to interpretation.
So now
I only put that link in there. I only put that link in there because you said I would not vote for Stacey because she's a black woman. And I'm going to prove to you that I'm not voting for her based on what she said.
That's my opinion, bro. I can say what I want to say. Ain't that what y'all do?
That's fine.
And
I'm giving you truth in that fourth one with links, so you can go look.
Y'all vote for her because of lies. Y'all not vote for her because of lies. You don't have the proof why you say you're not voting.
Pull up my link and tell me where I lied at.
Robert, can you pull this?
Pull up my link and tell me where I lied at.
Bro, I don't play 2 videos of lies. I'm not keeping
it
playing
ain't no
lies.
Lie. I'm giving you text with links. Go tell me where I lied at.
This is not the propaganda show when everybody agrees.
Sir, you can make me look bad right now. You can make me look bad right now.
I don't want to make you look bad, bro. I don't want to make you.
Pull up my link and pull up my link and then that'll show you why I'm not voting for her.
This about making it make sense.
Let me say this.
The fourth link makes it make sense.
It don't matter why either one of us individually votes for her. It don't matter. Everybody ain't got to have the same agenda. Okay, so now what? It's when somebody don't. What difference does it make? You got your reason. Fu got his reasons. I got my reasons. Robert got his. Why do we all have to agree or disagree? All he's saying is give him some issues. Robert, stop telling them they got to do
issues
it.
In that link.
Okay,
there's issues in the link.
But you said they're yours. One thing you said.
It's
said
not just mine, sir. It's everybody's. That's what people do not like Stacey about.
Bro,
go ahead. I'll cut you off. Go ahead.
Thank you. You gave your reasons. I gave my reasons. Rob can have his reasons. They don't have to have anything in connection with each other other than what we believe in. Each vote is singular and personal. Whether people vote for the right reason or not, it's their personal vote. And we got to respect that. We can't keep telling them, because whatever it is they're looking for. We can't agree on the best song ever made because we all like something different. We can't agree on the best Christmas movie ever made. We all like something different. But to say we can't keep invalidating each other's points saying because you don't want to do it is this. I didn't like Fool Reason, but guess what? It's Fool's vote. Fool the only one who got a like Fool Reason. That's it.
Let me be real with DV.
Thank you, DVP. I appreciate you saying that, bro.
And you know what, Fool and Kid Gravity, you guys have a Democrat mentality, believe it or not. And Jermaine, you do too, a little bit too. And that Democrat mentality is this: if you don't do one thing that I like, I'm not fucking with you. You know, that's the Democrat mentality. That's not the Republican mentality.
That Democrat does that.
Right. The Republican mentality is,
what are you talking about?
Behind closed doors, I'm gonna tell you what about yourself, but I'm still gonna rock with you on the vote. But Democrats nitpick every. They need a candidate that walks on water. for them to fully support them. That everything that they want, that's what Democrats do.
Bro, I have
That's
never,
what Democrats do.
I have never come on this show and try to convince nobody of anything. All I do was just put out the information that I know that I have researched.
I didn't say you were trying to convince nobody or nothing.
Because I know that we all are a combination of conservative. We all have conservative values. We all have conservative views. We all have liberal values. We all have liberal views. We all have that shit in combination. What they do to trick us is to keep us tribalized and make you say you're a Democrat, make you say you're a Republican, and once you identify as one or the other, you have to stand on that shit. You're forced to defend it. So I don't stand on either one of those sides because I'm not forced to defend either one.
I'm not saying that you. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
You said we're like Democrats
because you only criticize one side.
Right, exactly.
Because I only criticize the sides that only the people that
what? Don't say it.
90%.
Jermaine, you know they don't listen to my channel.
90% of black people
about no black people,
vote for Democrats.
You don't care about no black people.
90% of black people vote for Democrats. Am I right? Tell me I'm right on. Am I wrong?
90%. I don't think so. No, it's not
85 to 90%. You can look it up. Bro, I'm not.
Yeah, it's not 90%.
I'm not pulling stats out of my ass. You can look
he said
it up.
85 to 90.
85 to 90% of black people vote Democrat. I mean, what are we talking about here? So why would I even talk about a Republican? Because they don't have. First of all, none of them have our best interests at heart.
True.
We don't have any allies at all. I showed Robert videos of all these immigrants that talk shit about us, about bad people. The immigrants talk shit about us. White folk talk shit about us. Black folk talk shit about us. We ain't got no fucking damn allies. We're our only allies. And as long as we stay separated, which they try to do is their goal, this is what they're doing. They want us to be separated. They want us to be separated. And we fall right into the trap every fucking damn time. Every election cycle, we get even more divided. Every election cycle, every 2 to 4 years, black people get like this.
Now, even with Jermaine just saying that, the biggest issue is it's not me, it's not Kid Gravity, it's not Jermaine that's pushing more of our people towards the Republican Party. It's more motherfuckers saying I'm sick of this shit because they feel as though, okay, I ran with this shit for a while. Let me see what happens with this one. Now, the other thing with that is, and I've made this statement before, just because you have a different political opinion does not mean that you're for one party or the other. It means you have a difference of opinion. And bottom line is, what we need to do as a group is start voting based on that. And like I've been saying this for years, more people need to start voting on person and not party. Because that right there is the plan. The more that they can keep us separated based on this two-party system is bullshit. Why the hell is it not multiple parties? Why? They make sure it's going to be two so we could choose the lesser of the two evils. I'm not for that shit. Because
there is no candidate out there that's going to agree with everything that you have.
I would love to finish my thought because I've been good. I've been good, actually. I've been quiet eating popcorn and shit. The biggest thing about all of this is, as a people, we should not even be emotionally involved in this shit because bottom line is we keep voting for motherfuckers that don't do shit for us. If you want to talk about locally, I can kind of go with that to a certain extent. But when you start talking about nationally, these motherfuckers only show up during election time. And after that, they're going to kiss your ass and say whatever the fuck they want to say, kiss on babies and all of that shit. But then when they get in office, they start fucking with everybody else. As a group, we have to start demanding something, get something in return for our vote. Because obviously they keep appealing to us because they know they can get our vote so they can get what they want. It's never a matter of them doing anything for, quote unquote, the people. They care about the motherfuckers who's paying them. Who's ever giving them the most money are the motherfuckers' plans and bills or whatever that they're signing and shit like that. It ain't never.
Shout out to Netflix.
If you even want to take that into consideration, it's 2022. All those motherfucking rec centers and shit that was closed when we was motherfucking kids, they still ain't reopening. The government don't care about that shit. They care about allocating funds elsewhere. Why the fuck are farmers or whatever getting paid to destroy crops? How about that? That's a fucking fact. But it's supposed to be it's a food shortage. I wonder why. We got to start holding these motherfuckers accountable. And it starts with us holding our candidates accountable. When you start thinking about Warnock and motherfucking and Herschel Walker, I didn't watch the debate. I love my brain cells. I'm not watching that bullshit. But what I will say from what I've heard from multiple people who watched it, they actually said that Warnock didn't destroy Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker is dumber than a bag of rocks. How the fuck did he even help? How the fuck did he even have a chance against Warnock in a debate? You know what that did for him in that debate?
You know why? 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 Hold on. You talk long enough. You talk long enough. You talk long enough. No, let me tell you now, when I finish my point, you know why?
I didn't interrupt because I finished my point.
Let him finish, Robert. He was good. I gotta agree with him. He was good, Robert. Let him finish. He was good. He didn't say nothing.
No, I just want to say this because Herschel Walker bar was so goddamn low. Herschel Walker bar was so goddamn low.
Once again, like
all
I was saying,
all Herschel Walker had to do say 4 words.
Like I was
Walker 2022, baby.
Like I was saying to everybody out there, here's what that debate did. That debate between Warnock and Herschel Walker showed the white motherfuckers who was on the fence about voting for Herschel Walker. Oh shit, he actually wasn't that bad. I'll vote for him because, like I said before, it's not about black people voting for Herschel Walker. It's about the rural cities who honestly remember him playing running back for motherfucking Georgia. That's
bringing
why
him a
he's gonna get
championship.
elected. That right there is the reason why he's going to get elected. It ain't got shit to do with the issues. Has nothing to do with the issues.
Thank you.
Let me say this.
There is an issue. There is one issue that they care about. It's control of the Senate.
That's all it is. Thank you.
That's all they want.
Let's be clear about something for everybody out there.
They put the poll up on everybody who's voting for
the Senate is only 60-40. 51-49 don't mean shit. It means absolutely nothing.
I mean, fool, you might be correct on that, but that's not the mentality of the voters. The voters want all they know is voting for Herschel means that Republicans control the Senate. That's all they care about.
I want you to, based on what you just said, I want you to be honest and realistic with this one. What you just said is the reason why Republicans will get out and vote and make sure Herschel wins so that they can have control. The average Democratic voter, I'm not talking about people on this show and might be watching, they don't understand that shit. That's the fucking issue. When we start talking about Republicans as a whole, they get how the political structure is set the fuck up. They understand this shit. When it comes to us and when it comes to quote unquote Democrats, they vote on emotion. Republicans vote based on they know how this system works. They're gonna get it done.
I'm glad you said that because you know what? Republicans gonna vote for the aura. They don't give a damn how bad they is. But you Negroes, you trying to nitpick on what you don't like about the D. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna vote for the aura because you don't like one thing that you didn't really hear that a candidate said. One thing. That's what he just said. Now I'm willing to bet you every Republican gonna vote for Herschel Walker. They don't care what he do. They don't care what he did wrong.
No.
They want the power. You Negroes talking about reparations.
Listen, Robert. See, Jermaine did this to me earlier, and I almost deactivated my Facebook account because I had to agree with him. Now, this pains me, but Fool said some good shit, and y'all gotta listen. See, this is one of the things about voting. I'm gonna tell you what you're wrong.
He's a victim of the same shit he's saying.
If Republicans was on just vote straight Republican, then 45 would have won. They do have some discernment. Now, the bar was low for Herschel Walker, but Warnock still did a shitty job. I watched the whole thing. Warnock, and even though they had some questions prior to, one of the bad things about Democrats is they don't like to sling mud. They keep trying to take the high ground.
Right.
That does not win. Sometimes you gotta knock them down to get your point across. So when we talking about some of this, and like I say, I got to agree with 98% of what Fool said. That pains me. I might shut my Facebook off for 3 whole days. Because for me to agree with Fool and Jermaine in the same month, I'm feeling some kind of way right now. But when Fool right, he right. And we can't keep making this emotional. This is about fact. And I said this before. When we want change, everything that somebody say, We don't never hold them to the table for it. And I told you, if you want to change what police chiefs and sheriffs, take it to them. Don't keep whining amongst the group because you ain't gonna do nothing about it. See, once we start taking it to them and we can say, well, you said this, but you ain't done it. See, and that's all we got to stick with. You get 1 point, not 40, because they're going to do the switch and bait. They're going to deflect and redirect. But you say, hey, you said you was going to do this. Well, we still waiting. What happened? See, we give Republicans a pass because we already think they don't like us. But in truth, they're 25 to 30% who believe in the right thing. But they look at the programs. Again, I don't want transgenders having no say or shit because I'm not going to tell my daughter that a boy is a girl or a girl is a boy. I ain't got to make them feel good. That's just not going to happen. Reality is reality. Where is my point? And as we sit back and we all got different points, all that's important is that we respect each other's point. I ain't got to like them because they don't live with me. I don't live with them. And that's what we keep becoming so divided. When me and Jermaine talk, what we talked about, man, it pains me every time somebody say something and I have to defend Donald Trump. He wasn't a good president, but he had some good ideas. He just was not presidential. It pains me. Kemp has done a few good things. Oh, it pains me to say that. I can't. When I ask, what has Stacey done? The best thing she's done was a voter registration. But when I look at the facts, she did voter registration. She started doing it in October. If you knew that when Kemp ran, that you were so behind, you should have started this in June or July, not October. So I'm looking for a healthy balance of what's good, because I can find something bad wrong with all of them. But
she registered people after the election. Yeah.
No, right. When she ran for governor, she didn't start registering voters to the last minute. She should have started that at the beginning of the year to make sure
Kemp purged them at the last minute.
She could have registered some before that, though. She knew that there was a problem with him being Secretary of State. She knew this already. She said that. To wait to the last minute, it's kind of like your child waiting till 12 o'clock to tell you they need something to take to school. Why should
DVP,
if she knows it's a
brother.
problem, BT, I'm gonna get to you, King Girl. If she knows it's a problem, she should. Just like I was a cop. If I know there's a problem, I can't wait to the last minute to say, hey, chief, hey, sheriff, we should do this. It's too late. We got 12 people who doing it. If I know ahead of time, why not fix it ahead of time? I don't have to wait to the last minute. And that was my beef with Stacey. Why wait till you know what's going on? Voter suppression been going on for years in Georgia, not just before that election. So why not get ahead of the game early? Why not make that one of your marching points? Not afterwards, before. Go ahead, kid. I'm sorry. But
I was gonna say how many times. I was gonna say, has your seeds ever brought you a permission slip like right when they're about to leave for school?
And that's my point. It happens. And guess what? We panic, we cuss them out. But it's life. But as a good parent, once they got that little thing where I could look online and see what my kids needed, see, I had it before they asked me. And if they didn't ask me, I didn't give it to them. But they couldn't hit me with last minute stuff. But guess what? I had to become a better parent than they were a child. I've been a parent longer. So there's some things, once I know there's a fix for it, I can get ahead of. Who knows some things? And if he tell you some stuff, listen. You ain't got to like it. Just listen.
But DVP, to your point, let me say this real quick. Jermaine, let me say this. I'm about to get off. I got to make this call. It's pretty much going to be my parting comment for everybody out there. First and foremost, when it comes to us, our people, melanated people, when it's time for the elections, and you have candidates that look like you, ask this hard question. Just because you look like me, what's the reason I should vote for you? What are you going to specifically do for our people? Ask that tough question. Don't have them skate around and say people of color and minorities and all this other bullshit. Ask them what are they going to do specifically for us. If they start stuttering, they don't deserve your vote. Because we can't make that change to get what the fuck we want until we ask that question. We're not doing it individually, and we're not doing it as a whole. We got to stop with this unrealistic bullshit, because guess what? In government, they do whatever the fuck they want as long as we allow them to do that shit. We have to stop that. And the second thing I tell you is we pretty much going to continue this tomorrow, because on our show Unplugged Free Your Mind on YouTube, because there was a conversation between Jermaine on social media and this other guy, and he's saying bring facts. As soon as he said that shit, I was like, let me get my popcorn ready because I don't think he know who we fucking with. And Kid Gravity is probably going to be on the show also. But I'm saying this because these are the conversations we have to have, because most people, especially our people, are politically ignorant. You should not take that as offense. I'm saying that because unfortunately the powers that be know how emotional we are and they play on that shit. That's the reason why you seeing political ads and shit like that with stripper poles and shit like all this other bullshit. Why are they not just talking about issues? Why do they have to appeal to us that way? To me, that's a slap in the face and it's very fucking disrespectful. And more people need to speak on that shit too. So for all of y'all have a great night. Let me make this motherfucking phone call. I will see y'all next week. And if anybody wants to come and watch the show tomorrow, feel free. Like I said, unplug FYM on YouTube and Rumble and all this other shit. But come on, because we have to have the tough conversation, because these are real conversations. We as a people need to start dealing with quid pro quo. If you want to get our vote, you got to give us something. Later.
Hey, I just wanted I wanted to piggyback off of what DVP was saying, was alluded to about, and I don't want to make this about Stacey Abrams or whatever, just voting period.
Oh shit, it's time for come in. My fault, man.
Our vote has been taken for granted for so long that it don't even make sense anymore. I mean, the things that they do, like DVP said, she could have started doing some things earlier, but she took for granted that, oh, I'm gonna get their vote. I know I'm gonna get their vote. They're gonna vote for me because I'm black. We got to get out of that. See, when somebody say you're ignorant, it doesn't mean it's been bastardized. Ignorant only means that you don't know. That's all it means.
Is this your part comment?
This is my part comment. You ain't got to do the single shot or whatever. But I just want to say,
what I do.
if the Democrats, if you vote Democrat, whatever. But what I see the Democrats doing, and I've spoke on this a couple of times. And a lot of people don't know this, so maybe you should know this as a Democratic voter. And if you've donated to some of these campaigns, they have given over $60 million to quote unquote MAGA candidates to prop them up because they think there is an easy victory. Now, do you think that's a smart idea? Where else could that $60 million be put to as far as the voter suppression stuff or anything else? That money could be spread out any number of ways, but they choose to give it to prop up quote unquote MAGA Trump politicians or whatever. Well, I think that's a dumb strategy, and it's politics. And that's what I keep trying to tell y'all. They're all on the same side, and it ain't the side of the people. So as soon as you wake up to that fact and stop being manipulated by this tribalism, saying I'm a Democrat and I'm a Republican, the sooner you'll wake up and understand that they have a donor class and you're not in it. They're beholden to the banks, they're beholden to the oil companies, they're beholden to the pharmaceutical companies, and they're beholden to other people other than you. So as the American people, if we don't start voting smarter, as black people, if we don't start voting smarter, I don't give a damn what your skin color is. If you're not voting, if your issues or you don't have a platform that's for me or for us, then you can't have my vote. And it should be just as simple as that. And if we're not willing to do that, then we're going to continue to be on the bottom of the totem pole if we're going to continue to participate in this political theater. That's it.
Hey, man, tell everybody what they can find your merchandise at, man.
Man, www.rsmclothing.com, Rich State of Mind Clothing. Rich State of Mind, Rich stands for realizing I create happiness. So you can go to www.rsmclothing.com.
Y'all show my boys some love. We just hate each other on the show.
I don't hate y'all on the show, man. I love the dialogue, bro.
I'm just messing with you, man.
I know.
I'm just messing with you, bro. Hey, but good to see you, man.
Yeah, man. I'll holler at y'all next week.
You know what I'm saying?
Get back on the group chat.
This the first day. Yeah, this the first day of NBA basketball. I know you finna go watch some basketball now.
Yeah, my Celtics on right now.
Oh, you a Celtics fan?
I hope both of them lose.
Hold on, Gravity. You just say you hope the Celtics lose? Hey, man, cut it, Mike.
I hope both of them. I hope both of them lose.
Kill Kelly's mic.
I'm a Nick fan, so you.
Man.
I hate.
so
I hate both. I hope both of them lose.
Oh, so you're a long-suffering basketball fan.
Yes, sir. Since '91.
I'm out.
I'm still mad at you in '95 for that finger roll.
Are you still mad at my Rockets in '94?
Yes, sir. I respect, but I hate Hakeem Olajuwon, and I hate Kenny Smith, and I hate John Starks for going 2 for 11 in Game 6.
Who next, man? Paul coming.
You on point.
I'm gonna say this, cause y'all gonna respect our elders. I gotta go to bed. Hey, when we doing something, this one to me, this one of the things that hold black people down. We want a lot, but we don't know what we want. We keep letting other people tell us. We can't never get what we want because we don't know what we want. We'll let somebody have an idea that we don't want to rock with. We can take more than one idea to people. We can take 20. That way they got something to choose from. When we just give them one, if it don't work, we always gonna lose. We're always gonna lose if we only want one something. Reparations ain't gonna happen no time soon. What else can we get? What else can we get? We got to take them a multitude of things and hold them accountable for that. Because just hoping this one thing over and over and over again, hey man, it's like when your kids give you that one something on their Christmas list. It's sold out. What else you gonna give them? They got to give you a list so you got something to choose from. We got to start doing this. We got to become more intelligent when it comes to this vote. We got to stop saying crazy things. We got to stop letting people have the way because somebody ain't giving us our way. Because we only setting ourselves backwards. When we give the wrong people 4 more years in control versus somebody who we don't like, we got to consider the repercussions. And sometimes it sucks, but you got to take the lesser of 2 evils. But let everybody have their own way. And don't even call them names because all we're doing then is dividing and we killing conversation. We can't educate each other if we won't talk to each other. Sometimes people tell you things that you ain't never know about. But if you don't respect them and don't want to listen, you're going to miss all of that. And that's it. Yeah, don't throw the baby out with the bad water. That's it. I got to go.
Y'all, what you talking about tomorrow, man?
Jermaine's topic, we're going to talk about relationship roles and rules in the 21st century. I done stole some of your hosts. So Jermaine going to be there, BT going to be there. I'm going to get Ann now because I need some women. Because, see, I like, except you because you don't never show up. You always claim you're working. Even though I leave work early to come on your show.
You're using me. You're using my show to get good people to come on your show.
Robert, you got on a pigeon hat. I would never use. See, it's just like Kid Gravity. Now that I know he a Nick fan, he kind of like you. Y'all into abusive relationships. You know what I'm saying? I just look at y'all different now.
Nick's winning the chip this year, so it's all good.
Hey, but it feels good though, man.
Only on NBA 2K. That's it. It
feel good though, man.
Do you think? But
you know what? Let me say this about people who always talk about the family. I'd rather wait on the championship. I'd rather make it on my feet.
I'm dying, man.
I'd rather make it on my feet than make it on my knees.
28-3.
That's what y'all doing.
You can't say nothing else. 28-3. You can't say nothing else.
Who time it is?
I'll go.
Kid Gravity, man.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you for having me. And
hey, man, you're welcome, bro.
Yes, sir. And y'all can find me at Kid Gravity Beyond on YouTube. But I say this. All this stuff that I do politically, I do not do this just for me. I got a 3-year-old little girl that's about to enter real life. She's about to go out in that world. She's about to start school next year. I can't have teachers showing their stuff to no 4-year-old because this is what they want to do. I cannot have thoughts in the back of my head that if I miss the school bus for 2 minutes, somebody might try to take her. This is what I got to think about every day. So I have to make sure I put out the information for myself, my wife, and the family that come on my channel. All I do is pull up the data. That's all I do. I pull up the data. I pull up the links. I pull up the articles. I let them decide it. I don't tell them how to vote. I don't tell them how to move because most of my crowd, they're black first. They know how to move. So that's all I'm going to say on that. But to what Fu and DVP and Jermaine were saying, yes, we have to vote for the people, not the policies per se, unless the policies are detrimental to us. If this candidate looks like you and he's talking, putting money in your pocket, making sure that your family is safe, you can eat the next day, vote for that. Of course, that should be paramount. Your family got to come first. Yourself got to come first. But if the person looks like you, but they're advocating for other people and they don't want to advocate for you, fine. Don't vote for them. If you want to vote for them, that's cool. You got to live with the consequences of your vote. And once you live with the consequences of your vote, you can't cry about it later. So, like I said, the only reason why I'm not voting for Stacey is because there's certain things about her agenda that do not coincide with me. It has nothing to do with her gender or her race. Because if it was a white person saying the same thing, I wouldn't vote for him. If it was a black man saying the same thing, I wouldn't vote for him. But I encourage everybody to go to my channel because I outline all these politicians. That's what I've been doing for the last 3 months. I've been outlining politicians. And the number one reason I'm not voting for Stacey is because she's in the pocket of George Soros. And if y'all don't know George Soros, please do your research on that man. He is not for black folks. And that's all I got to say.
All right, y'all follow Kid Gravity right here. His YouTube channel, the Kid Gravity Beyond.
Kid Gravity, I need to talk to you, man. Can you put your number in the chat?
My phone number?
Yeah.
You ain't gonna put the FBI on me, are you?
No, I ain't no stalker, but I got questions.
Kid Gravity, first of all, I want you to know, man, nothing I say, man, is personal, man.
No, I'm fine with it. Listen. It's cool, brother. You wearing a Falcons hat? I'm good on that, bro. I'm good on that. My Giants on the way to the last championship beat your team 24-2. I'm good on that. Matt Ryan is my favorite.
But we ain't talking about no sports, James. Get off.
Hey, I'm gonna shoot you a text tomorrow, Gravity.
Yes, sir. But yeah, it's never personal. I mean, politics. I've been doing politics since I was in grade school. My parents did not let me listen to rap. I had to listen to the news. So that's why I'm on these tangents because this is all I heard. But again,
hey, man,
politics is fun for me. Yes, sir.
I want you to do me one favor. Make a video against Kemp so I can play it, man.
Okay, that's fine. I can do that. No, I'm off tomorrow. I can do that. That's easy for me. I can do that.
You shouldn't vote for Kemp? Let me give me some stuff, man, to say, man. Give me some of his love, man.
Brother, you have all week before your show. You could do that. Hell, you have a channel. You can make the video. You can make a video and put it on your channel and get some views. We gotta get your subscribers up.
I just like to bring people together, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's fine, brother. If you want to hate on Kemp, listen, you'll get a lot of black folks that come to your channel as long as you do a video about Kemp.
Yo, Kid Guy, he's still trying to get over 28-3. He ain't got time to do other stuff. He's still trying to get that Madden. So
he can do it on his phone. He can do it on his phone.
Mute your ass. See, one thing.
You can literally, brother Robert.
One thing about this chair, I can mute your ass, man.
You can do this. Okay, you can do this. Hit record, make the video, and just put it on YouTube, and you will get views. You can't just use it on
DVD. Don't make me show. Don't make me show out on you in front of your wife, man.
It ain't that hard, bro.
DVD. I see your wife texting. Don't make me show out on.
Yo, DVP, leave his flip phone alone, bro. He only got Snake on that. Leave that man alone.
Hold on, man. Let Tommy get it. Tommy, you want to say something, man, before you get up out of here?
Yeah, let me just close out by saying, first of all, thank you, sir, for baiting me to come on tonight. I was trying to stay out of it, but look here. For those who listening, it's your vote. First of all, it's your vote. You have to make the decision and know that it counts, regardless of whether the candidate you voted for won or not. You have to do your own research. You have to decide whether you, like so many of the other panelists have said, whether you want to choose one evil versus the other. I agree with some of the things Jermaine said, that two candidates, most candidates, all politicians are politicians regardless. It doesn't matter. They have an agenda already set. So what you do is vote your own conscience. That's your voice. I'm out, Rob. Appreciate you.
Hey, man, no doubt, man.
Brother Rob.
Let me say this. Let me say this before you leave. Y'all, you remember Too Short song? He said it's your life, but don't be stupid.
No, Brother Rob.
It's your vote, but don't be stupid, man.
For 1 second, just to tell you, in the back channel, that fourth link I sent you about Stacey, just read that. Take the emotion out of it. just read it. This is why I'm not voting for it. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna read it and I'm gonna take into account who wrote the article too. You gotta take.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Okay,
so,
that's it.
Hey man, I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Don't say I'm gonna go subscribe to your channel.
Yes, sir. All right.
See what you're talking about, and I'm gonna come on there and heckle you.
That's fine. Hey, whenever you want to come, if you free Sunday, no, Monday, I'll be streaming Monday afternoon. If you want to come on, that's fine.
All right, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right, peace out, man. Appreciate
Yes,
it. Come on anytime you want to, man. You free.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? All right, peace.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all for chatting with your boy. But listen, y'all, it's your vote. But don't be stupid. You know what I'm saying? Don't get all smart and cute with your vote. You know what I'm saying? Don't see if you're a black man, you listening. Let me tell you this. Don't vote for the devil you know. You know one man ain't gonna get nothing for you. But everything else about the other candidate, you iffy about. You know what I'm saying? You don't like Stacey, but you know Kemp ain't gonna do nothing for you. It ain't but two people you're gonna vote for. It's your vote, but don't be stupid. You know what I'm saying? One of them gonna win. You got a person who gonna win, who you can challenge, who you can get to do something for you, and you got somebody who gonna win, who might win, who you know ain't. You can't even come up in his office. He don't even want to talk to you. He already told you what his agenda is, and that's to destroy your community by flooding it with guns, knowing you already got a problem in your community with guns. So what he gonna do? He gonna flood your community with guns because he has an agenda against your community. Be smart about your vote. Be smart about your vote. Do I like everything the Democrats do? No. But one thing I do know, the Republicans are against my community, and they will never get my vote. I ain't gonna be too cute with my vote. Peace out, y'all. I love y'all, and y'all can't do nothing about it. And women, y'all ought to make y'all husband vote for the first black person, the first woman governing Georgia. Or don't give them none. Peace out.